Hello, good evening. My name is Richard. This is Paula, and this is over and over and over again. And it's Matchday Live. England versus Australia, or the Lionesses versus the Matildas. Coming up the other side of this. To Arsenal now, Frida Marnham again inside here looking for a second goal. Oh, she's got a second goal. That seals it. Frida Marnham again. So this is it then, Matchday Live. It is the Lionesses against the Matildas playing at Brentford's Community Stadium. A game, of course, that hosted a few games in the Euros, didn't it? It should be a good game, this. Obviously, Australia are the host nation or one of the host nations for the World Cup in the summer. So it's going to be a good test again for England. We don't play all the easy teams, do we? We've played all the top teams in the world. And although Australia aren't one of the top teams, they're a very decent side. And they are going to be, obviously, on home turf, one of the favourites to do well in the World Cup. So it is going to be a good test. This is the team lineups then for tonight's game. For England, and in goal it is Mary Earps, back four, Lucy Bronze, Leah Williamson, the captain, Esme Morgan, and Jess Carter. Looks like she's going to be playing at left back. In midfield, Kira Walsh, Georgia Stanway, and Ella Toone. And the front three, all from Manchester, Chloe Kelly, Alessia Russo, and Lauren Hemp. So Esme Morgan looks as though she's going to be playing centre back. Not quite sure why she's got selected ahead of Lotte Wubben-Moy, but there you go. We can't really question Sarina too much, can we? This is the Australia team then for this game. In goal is Mackenzie Arnold, of course, who plays for West Ham. Their back four will be Claire Polkenhorn, Ellie Carpenter, Charlotte Grant, and Claire Hunt. In midfield, Tamika Yallop. It is Kyra Coody Cross and Karina Gorey, and then the three up front who we know from the WSL, Mary Fowler, Sam Kerr, and Hayley Rasso. So they are the lineups for this game. Should be a good game, shouldn't it? We know a few of the Australia players, don't we, from WSL teams that they play for. Of course, the two Arsenal Australians are both injured at the moment, Steph Catley and Caitlin Ford, so they won't be featuring at all tonight. They're going to try and get themselves fit, hopefully, for the next Arsenal game, which is a week tomorrow, isn't it, at Manchester United? So hopefully they can be fit for that, but they won't be playing tonight, which may be a good thing. So they can't get any more injuries, can they? And the only Arsenal player featuring from the start certainly is, of course, the England captain, Leah Williamson. And what a fantastic year or so she's had, hasn't she? Lifting a few trophies and hopefully a few more to come before the end of the season as well. Be nice, wouldn't it? So it's a good, strong England team, isn't it? You know, we know there's a few issues at the back. You know, we know Millie Bright's injured. We know Alex Greenwood's injured as well now. Yeah, so Esme Morgan's come in and Jess Carter. I'm not quite sure which way they're going to play. Probably Jess Carter at left back, I would imagine, and Esme Morgan at centre back, which to me, I would have played Lotte Wubben-Moy there. One, because she's playing well. Two, because she plays with Leah at club level. It's an easy partnership to make. But as I say, we can't question Sarina. She doesn't get too much wrong, does she? Or she hasn't done so far. So we'll go with what she said. And let's hope it's going to be another good England performance. 30 games unbeaten, of course, under Sarina, going back, 2.5 years now. So we're going to lose at some point, I'm sure. And I suppose you could say we're better to lose a friendly than losing the World Cup in the summer, but I don't want to lose at all. So let's keep going. Momentum's important in football, isn't it? Australia missing a few players, as we said, so it's not their strongest team either. But we know they've got some very good players. Sam Kerr, of course, as we know from the WSL, scores a lot of goals, misses a lot of chances as well, but she gets enough chances to get a lot of goals. And she's caused Leah Williamson one or two problems in the WSL over the years, hasn't she? And of course, the two Manchester City players either side, Mary Fowler and Hayley Rasso, two players that, again, we know pretty well. They're good players. So they've got a good front three. They've got Eddie Carpenter at the back, of course, who plays for Lyon, Champions League team, Champions League holders, of course. So it's going to be good. England look as though we're going to be in our new blue away kit, actually, which is pretty cool, which is nice. Not seen that, use that before. So it's going to be nice to see that on display for the first time. The orange one been binned off following the Euros, of course, but anyway, it's still a nice kit.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I love it as well. But anyway, we'll have to get this blue one because it is quite smart. And Australia look as though they're going to be in, let's see what colour they're probably in their home kit of yellow and green, I would imagine. Looks as though they've been led out by their captain, Sam Kerr, of course, Leah Williamson, leading out the England team as she usually does.
Come on, England.
And Lauren Hemp's got a mask on, not because of COVID, but because she broke her nose or done some sort of damage to her nose, didn't she, the other day in that game against Brazil towards the end. There's a bit of a doubt whether she'll be able to play, but she is playing with a mask on, so she looks a bit like Batman, and hopefully she'll play a bit like Batman as well. And it'll be good because she's a great player, as we know. The team's just coming out now at Brentford. It looks like a fairly big crowd. I don't think it's a sellout, but you know, it's a Tuesday night. Well, it is in the Easter holidays, so it does look a big crowd anyway, which is good. And Sarina in a nice new pink and blue jacket as well, sort of pale salmon pink, isn't it? It's quite nice that as well. They've got some nice new gear, haven't they? The England Lionesses team, so it's nice for the World Cup. I'm not sure they'll need that thick coat though in Australia, even though it's winter over there. It's still going to be pretty nice weather, isn't it? I would imagine. So we just go to the national anthems now. The Australian one is being played currently, and there's a few Australians in the crowd. Actually, he's got his scarf upside down. The dude there, maybe he's
Australians.
If he stands upside down, he'll probably be the right way around, won't he? But anyway, it is the Australian national anthem, which they are playing, and of course, it's going to be followed by our national anthem as well. Although we are the home team in this particular game, we are playing in our away kit, which we've done before, didn't we? When we had the orange kit, we played a couple of games in the build up to the Euros, didn't we? In the orange kit at home. So, and Australia looking a little bit like Brazil, don't they? In their yellow and green kit, but hopefully they won't play as well as Brazil did in the second half the other night, because they were good, wasn't they? We were maybe a bit fortunate to get away with that one and win that on penalties. But these are sort of tests we're going to get in the World Cup, and we need to overcome them. And if we do, we could end up going a long way in that competition, couldn't we? I suppose we need some score predictions. Everyone watching, put your score prediction in what you think the score will be. I am going to go, I think England will win. We've got a pretty strong side. Australia got one or two missing. I think we're a better team than them anyway. I think we might win this 3-1. What are you thinking?
2-0.
2-0. 2-0 will be good. Get Mary out to clean sheet.
Clean sheet,
she couldn't quite get a clean sheet the other night, could she? Because she dropped one right at the end. But she saved a couple of penalties, didn't she? So we got away with it. Anyway, it's the England national anthem now, which seems to be getting sung fairly well by the crowd anyway. And some of the players, not Sarina, of course, because Sarina doesn't sing it because she's not English, and why would she have to? But she's a great manager, so we don't care. So it is quite a big crowd, actually, which looks good. The players seem quite relaxed. It looks like it's raining down in Brentford, as it has been raining pretty much everywhere today. It's supposed to be spring, isn't it? But there doesn't seem to be much sign of that at the moment. But anyway, there we go. The national anthem's done. We're going to be getting ready to kick off this game, England against Australia, which is usually it's a cricket match, isn't it? England against Australia. But this is women's football. It's going to be good. And hopefully England can get the victory. And again, another good performance ahead of the start of the World Cup, which is coming around quite soon, isn't it? At the end of July. I know they're going to be strange kickoff times, which is a bit of annoying, but what can you do? World Cup's a World Cup, isn't it? We've had it plenty of times before. We're just going to have to enjoy the games as much as we can and watch as many of them as we can, and hopefully England can go a long way. Certainly no reason to suggest we can't. We've got a very, very strong squad. Look at some of the players on the bench tonight. Lauren James, who's been playing well when she's played. You know, she can only get on the bench tonight. We've mentioned Lotta Woober-Moy can't get a game for England at all, and she's been playing really well for Arsenal. You know, Jess Park, Rachel Daly, one of the top scorers in the WSL, is on the bench. So, you know, it just goes to show the strength. Laura Coombs as well, Jordan Nobbs, who we know very well, of course, from the Arsenal women. She's on the bench as well. Neve Charles of Chelsea, another good player. So we've got this strength, haven't we? Maya Letitia, Katie Robinson, Lucy Parker, a couple of younger players in the squad. So yeah, we've got some quality. We've got some players missing as well, as we know. Some big players. Millie Bright probably being the main one at the moment. You know how important she is at the back. But it's an opportunity, isn't it, for Esme Morgan at centre back to show what she can do at the top level. And Jess Carter as well gets another game. I'm not convinced about her, if I'm honest, but you know, she's going to looks like she'll be playing left back in this game, so it's an opportunity in a different sort of position for her, and we're going to see how that works out for her tonight. But
I like the blue kit.
Actually. Yeah, the blue kit's nice. It is very nice. Yeah, it is nice. That might be the one to get for the World Cup, I think, the blue one. So yeah, the team as we said. So it's Earps in goal, Carter, Morgan, Williamson, and Bronze, Stanway, Walsh, and Toon, and then Kelly, Russo, and Hemp. I mean, it is a midfield and the front three. Certainly, it's pretty much as strong as we've got. You would say at this moment in time, without Beth Mead, of course. So defensively, we've got one or two injury problems there, so it's an opportunity for a couple of players. I say for Australia, it's Arnold in goal. They're back for Grant, Polkinghorn, Hunt, and Carpenter. They've got Cooney, Cross, and Gorey sort of sitting. Yallop, Fowler, and Russo behind Sam Kerr. She's obviously going to be the danger, isn't she? But you know, a lot of our players, or most of the players in our team, have played against Sam Kerr plenty of times. We know what she's all about, and if we can keep her quiet, I'm sure we'll win. But no doubt she'll score a goal because she generally does. And let's hope we can get. I think we'll score a few against this Australia team, if I'm honest. But we'll see. It's a bit not good weather for Australians, is it? A cold and rainy, not what they're used to, is it? When they're sitting by the beaches, getting their surfboards out and whatever. So a little bit different weather for them to get used to tonight. Of course, we're pretty used to it, aren't we?
Yeah.
Too used to it, unfortunately. But I'm looking forward to this game. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a good test for the Lionesses again against, say, one of the teams that's going to be a danger in the World Cup because they're at home as well. So, yeah, it's going to be another big test. And we've come through all of them so far under Sarina. So there's no reason to suggest we can't come through this one as well. But we're going to have to play a bit better than we did in that second half against Brazil because we were a bit fortunate there, wasn't we, to hold on for that draw, even though Brazil scored very late. It's going to be Australia to kick off. They're going to be attacking the goal to our left in this first half. I say all in blue, this nice new blue kit with dark blue socks. I say Australia in their traditional yellow and green with white socks. So they do look a little bit Brazilian, don't they, in their kit? But it isn't Brazil, it's Australia this time. And it's going to be, we're just waiting to get the game off and underway. The players are just taking a knee, something they still do in the women's game. I say it's going to be Australia to get this game off and underway in a moment or two. And we are going to get going. It is going to be, I say Australia take the goal to our left in the first half. And we are off and underway at Brentford. Australian possession at the back, looking to try to get the ball forward. This game, of course, is in the Alzheimer's Society, isn't it? They're raising money for Alzheimer's, which is a great cause, of course.
Oh, very good.
And that was why on the team sheets they missed out some players' names and stuff as because of that. Anyway, Australia coming forward straight away, actually down that far side. Jess Carter comes across to try to block the cross, but doesn't manage to do so. But Australia, that's a bit of a loose ball, actually. Russo there tried to get it up. She slipped, although the referee's given a free kick, actually. Maybe it was a foul there on the defender. It was Claire Hunt. She's got a little bit too close, maybe, there to Alicia Russo. And Lucy Bronze now in possession. We've got Terry in the chat, as usual. How you doing, Terry? He says, good evening, Richard. We're going 5-1. Looking forward to this. Should be a good test to see where we are on the world stage. Well, 5-1, I mean, yeah. I don't think it will be quite as comfortable as that. I think Australia are not a bad side, are they? A lot of WSL experience in their team, but 5-1 would be nice, wouldn't it? But I'm going for 3-1 anyway, and hopefully that will be an England victory anyway. 31 unbeaten it will be then for Sarina Wiegman, of course, since she took over. What an incredible record it's been over the last couple of years. Anyway, Rasso couldn't keep that in for Australia. It's gone out for a throw to England over on the far side, which Jess Carter is playing left back, as we assume she would be, taking this throw. And Lauren Hemp in her mask there. Jess Carter's got the ball again, plays it back again to Esme Morgan, who got the nod ahead of Lotta Wu. Anyway, Leah Williamson now in possession. The England captain plays the ball back again to Esme Morgan, plays into midfield to Kira Walsh, who somehow got player of the match against Brazil, even though I don't think she played particularly well. But anyway, never mind. Lucy Bronze now on this near side. She had a good game against Brazil, certainly in that first half. Plays the ball back to Leah Williams. England just trying to settle into the game, getting a little bit of possession at the back. Esme Morgan now bringing it forward, plays out to that far side to Jess Carter, cuts in and gives it back to Morgan again. England just comfortable in possession. Australia not really pressing us too high up the pitch. We've got plenty of space just to keep the ball. That was popped into midfield there from Morgan, but it ran away from Ella Toon. And now England can try and come forward again But there was a foul there, was there, on
not giving.
on 2? No, there wasn't. And Australia win possession back. And they're trying to build up from the back, as is the way in modern football these days. All teams do it, don't they? And it can lead to a few problems. But that pass is going to reach goalkeeper Arnold, who goes long. But Jess Carter's in there with a good tackle. England pick possession up again. Kira Walsh plays it to Lauren Hemp, who is, you can't really miss her tonight with that mask on. You can see her a mile away. You can't get her confused with anybody else. Esme Morgan in possession, plays it back to Kira Walsh. That's a good ball forward to Lauren Hemp. Gets it shuffled out to that far side. This is a good move from England. Lauren Hemp again plays it into the box. Oh, there's a little top there, comes in. It was Alessia Russo. Just got ahead of the defender, managed to divert the ball towards the goal. But it didn't have enough power to beat Mackenzie Arnold, the West Ham goalkeeper. And a good move, though, from England. Lauren Hemp's cross wasn't well defended by Australia, actually. And Russo got herself in there, got a touch on the ball, but couldn't divert it into the corner. But that's the first chance for England. And looking at that Australia defence there, they didn't look too sure there, did they? And you have to feel as though if we can get some balls into that box, I think we could have a little bit of joy. Alessia Russo will be looking forward to getting some chances in this game, you feel. Anyway, it's going to be a throw to England on this near side now. The ball is just put out of play there by Katrina Gorey. It's going to be Lucy Bronze with this throw midway inside the Australia half, throws it forward towards Alessia Russo. Bounces up, sort of hits her on the chin, actually, and she couldn't get it under control. And now Australia can clear it away, looking for Sam Kerr for the first time. It's a good touch, actually, from Sam Kerr. Holds the ball up well. And Australia looking, they want to get players forward when they get the opportunity. It's Tamika Yallop now, because she used to play for West Ham as well. She is at Brann now in Norway. Australia now getting a little bit of possession. Well, a bit of a loose ball there, actually, and Hella Toon was almost in. But good play there from a crossover on that far side. Good defending, though, from Lauren Hemp. Wins the ball back for England and then plays it back to Jess Carter. Australia look as though they want to try and get the ball wide and get it into the box for Sam Kerr. So the fullbacks are going to have to be on their game tonight, aren't they? If they're going to stop that, the ball coming in to Sam Kerr. We've got WSL comps in the chat there. Up the Lionesses 2-0. Let's go. Yeah, 2-0 would be good, wouldn't it? And we've got Zara says there, can we see the TV to watch it, please? Unfortunately not, because we'd get shut down, I'm afraid, because of copyright issues. We did it before. I did it once last season. I only showed about a second of the game and the channel got shut down for months. So unfortunately not. It's not worth doing it. And until we've got enough subscribers to be able to afford it, then unfortunately at the minute we can't afford to risk getting a copyright strike against the channel, I'm afraid. But don't worry, if you can't see the game, I don't know where in the world you are. It is on ITV4 in the UK. It might be on, I don't know actually if it's on England's website, fa.com, I'm not sure. There'll probably be some way of finding it somewhere, I'm not sure. But anyway, stay with us anyway, because we will keep you updated with everything that's going on in this game. That's a long ball over the top there by the Australians, but it's going to run all the way through to Maria. It's all in green, getting her first touch. She plays it out to Esme Morgan. Australia not pressing England at all in defence. We've got a lot of time on the ball, and Morgan and Kira Walsh are just exchanging passes there. And Esme Morgan's got the ball again. She had a lot of touches in these opening 6 minutes. England trying to come forward down that far side, but Jess Carter plays the ball straight out of play. She was looking for Lauren Hemp. It wasn't a good ball, though. It's going to be a throw to Australia over on the far side there, right. We've played 6.5 minutes. It is still England 0, Australia 0. No real big chances. Just that one effort from Russo, which produced a comfortable save from Mackenzie Arnold. Clive's in the chat. Clive, he says, good evening, Rich and everyone. I'm an Aussie fan, so I've got to say, let's go to Matildas. We'll let you off, Clive. You're a big fan of the channel. We don't mind. But yeah, I mean, they've got a decent side, Australia, haven't they? They're going to fancy their chance in the World Cup. Russo there tried to thread the ball through to Chloe Kelly, who's not really had a kick of the ball yet, I don't think, Chloe Kelly. She's not got into the game yet, but that ball just ran through to goalkeeper Mackenzie Arnold, who just rolls it out. She's in a sort of purpley kit, actually, the Australian goalkeeper. Anyway, she's got the ball again at her feet. Mackenzie Arnold plays it short, still inside the Australian penalty area. Sam Kerr's come really deep to collect that ball, but it wasn't a great pass, actually, and in the end, it was Georgia Stanway's put it out for a throw to Australia, which Grant is going to take. Charlotte Grant, who plays in Sweden, plays the ball in field. Australia trying to. It's a good turn actually. It's from Hayley Rasso. Plays the ball up this near side, but it wasn't a great ball. But Sam Kerr should be able to keep this in, and she does. In fact, the flag's up for offside against the Chelsea striker. So nothing is going to happen from that particular attack. She did look as though she'd maybe run ahead of the play. It was good play from Rasso in midfield, though, initially. And Sam Kerr just was the wrong side there of Leah Williamson. It was a tight offside, but it was offside. And England now trying to come forward themselves. And the ball is going to find Chloe Kelly now on this near side. Her first involvement really plays it back to Lucy Bronze. Those two have linked up well, haven't they, in recent games for England. Leah Williamson now playing in defence tonight. She plays in midfield quite a lot as well, certainly for Arsenal in recent games. With Kim Little out, of course, she may well be playing in midfield a bit more often in the next few games as well. Anyway, Australia now coming forward. Ball over on that far side to Rasso again. Tries to get a cross in. It hits Jess Carter. Although it does come back to Hayley Rasso again. And of course, the Manchester City player, of course, came on as a sub in the recent game when Arsenal beat Manchester City 2-1 at Meadow Park in the recent WSL game. Anyway, Australia coming forward again now, looking to try and knock the ball around in midfield. They haven't threatened Mary Earps' goal as yet, and that's not going to threaten a goal either. It's going to be tidied up by Esme Morgan. We've played 9 minutes at Brentford, England 0, Australia 0, and not too much attacking threat from either team so far. England have been a better team, look more comfortable in possession, but Australia keeping everybody behind the ball, trying to keep it tight and keep it difficult for England, which you can understand why. We're one of the obviously top team in the world at the moment. But anyway, England in possession again. Esme Morgan plays a square ball to Leah Williams. A little bit short that pass, but Leah was able to get there and gives it back to Esme Morgan again. And say Australia aren't pressing us at all. We've got plenty of time to get the ball forward, but now we do get it forward. We are starting to press us a little bit higher now, but the ball's back again with Leah Williamson. She exchanges passes twice with Kira Walsh. And Walsh plays it square. Oh, that's a loose ball from Kira Walsh.
Bad ball.
It was a very poor pass, that was. And there's going to be a chance here, is there, for Hayley Rasso over on that far side. Tries a shot, hits Leah Williamson. Great defending again from the England captain. Puts herself in the right place at the right time. She does that so many times. And that was a poor bit of play there from Kira Walsh, actually. Really, really poor ball. Gave it away straight to Hayley Rasso. Wasn't great defending, actually, after that from Esme Morgan, I think it was. But Leah Williamson got back to cover, blocked that shot. That's the first big opportunity for Australia, and it was down to our own mistake.
Yeah.
And that's maybe what they're going to have to rely on a little bit. Anyway, Lauren Hemp's chasing this ball over on that far side, but she's not going to get there. Ellie Carpenter comes across, although it's going to be a throw to England. And they're just showing this chance again for Australia. Really, really poor ball it was. It was Esme Morgan, actually, really poor defending from her as well. Catalogue of errors there. But Leah Williamson, as always, gets England out of trouble with a good block. And I diverted that danger, and it did look a dangerous moment for a brief second there. Anyway, Kira Walsh now in the attacking third. That pass was cut out, looking for Chloe Kelly, who'd come across to that left-hand side, actually. And she swapped wings with Lauren Hemp.
They do that, don't they?
They do, yeah, they do it quite a lot. And it can be effective. Chloe Kelly there trying to battle for the ball over on that far side with Ellie Carpenter again. But England picked the ball up with Georgia Stanway. Lucy Bronze steps in. That's with Georgia Stanway again. Was she fouled on the edge of the box? The referee says no, but it was a poor clearance from Australia anyway. Lucy Bronze picks it up and finds Leah Williamson on this near side. That's a lovely ball up towards Alessia Russo on the edge of the area. Nice turn from Russo, but she's had to play it back again to Lucy Bronze. Tries to change the play to the far side to Chloe Kelly. Wasn't a great ball, but it has found Kelly now from Jess Carter. Now it's back into Ella Toon. Plays it back to Kira Walsh. This is good from England. If we can create a chance on the end of this, it'll be a nice goal, actually. Jess Carter over on that far side. But again, we're forced back. Australia getting everybody back behind the ball, making it difficult for us. We need to move the ball a little bit quicker when we get it forward. Russo now tries to turn away, but a bit of a heavy touch, actually, from Russo, and the ball's gone back through to goalkeeper Mackenzie Arnold. We've played 12 and a half minutes, It is still England 0, Australia 0. England now with an opportunity. Lauren Hemp, a mistake there at the back from Grant.
Come on.
And Hemp again on this near side. This time goes around the outside. Lauren Hemp inside the box. Tries to pull it back towards Russo, but the ball just lacked a little bit of legs, and Russo's shot was blocked. But Lucy Bronze now finds Lauren Hemp again. It was a great run there from Hemp. Playing on this right-hand side. Finds Lucy Bronze. Now it's with Georgia Stanway. England starting to look a lot more settled in this game. Lauren Hemp again on this near side. Lovely 1-2 that was there with Georgia Stanway. Can she keep it in? She does keep it in. The cross comes in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. But Mackenzie Arnold's there. Good hands there from the Australian goalkeeper. But that was much better from England. We look as though we've settled down now. And it was nice play, actually. And a good cross from this near side from Lauren. She did want to keep the ball in because it looked as though maybe just going to run out of play. But she managed to get a cross in with a weaker right foot. But it was just a little bit too close to the goalkeeper. Australia getting themselves in trouble again now. England coming forward. It's with Russo on the edge of the box. That's a lovely ball through that far side to Chloe Kelly, but well covered there by Ellie Carpenter it was. It's gone behind it. It's going to be a corner to England, the first corner of the game. Again, Australia giving the ball away. They're in a dangerous area. And England almost made something of that. Good play by Russo. Tried to find Chloe Kelly, but it was good covering from Ellie Carpenter. But Georgia Stanway is going to take this corner over on the far side, England's left. She's going to whip this one. It's going to be an in-swinger. Lots of bodies in the box for England. Can we get the early goal here and get the lead? It's played short, actually, in to Ella Toon. Georgia Stanway gets it back again. That's to Kira Walsh on the edge of the box. Lines up across towards the edge of the 6-yard box. The goalkeeper comes through the crowd, punches it clear. Good goalkeeping again from Mackenzie Arnold. Suddenly there's a counter-attack on here for Australia with Cross, but Alicia Russo's gone down in that 6-yard box melee from that corner or that cross. I think it was the goalkeeper. She came through a few bodies to get the ball, and I think one of them was Alicia Russo. It's a good cross there from Kira Walsh. Dangerous ball, and the goalkeeper, I think she did maybe catch Russo as she came to punch that ball. Russo was trying to get on the end of it there, and she did. She did punch her in the face. Accidental, of course. She was just punching the ball, but she did catch Russo in the face, which looks as though she's going to be fine. She's still receiving a little bit of treatment on the pitch, but she's looks as though she's going to be okay to continue, which is good news. But yeah, she did take one in the face there from the goalkeeper. And we've played 15 minutes, and England just starting to get on top now. Obviously, Russo's got to come off briefly now because she received some treatment, but she's going to be okay to continue, which is good news. Although I suppose Rachel Daly wouldn't be a bad replacement, would she? I think she's the second top goal scorer in the WSL this season, Rachel Daly, playing as a centre forward, of course, for Aston Villa. After that, a stint at left back in the Euros, of course, brilliant that she played there, but back in a more familiar position at Aston Villa, scoring goals. And that's where she played, of course, for England the other night when she come on. Anyway, Russo's back on now, following that little bit of treatment that she had. But Australia in possession, looking to try to come forward. But good play there from Chloe Kelly. Good defensive play from her. And England trying to come forward. But we've lost the ball in midfield again. Kira Walsh was tackled by Hayley Russo, who's probably looked Australia's best player in these opening stages, actually. She's winning the ball well. She's using the ball pretty well. She'd have the only big chance Australia have had as well, the Man City winger. But she's trying to come forward again over on that far side. She probably fancies her chances against Jess Carter, maybe. Terry says there, Emma Hayes still sounding salty since the Brazil game. I think she's jealous that Sarina Wiegman is a better manager. Yeah, well, she probably is. She probably knows that she's not going to get the England job, doesn't she, now? Because I think Sarina's there for the long term, isn't she? So Emma's not going to be very happy about that, is she? You know, she's salty that she never got the Arsenal job, and now she's not going to get the England job either. So she's going to have to suffer a bit longer at Chelsea, isn't she, I suppose? But anyway, we won't worry too much about Emma. Bless her. She won't be so happy at the end of the season when Chelsea don't win anything. Anyway, Kira Walsh just touches that ball off to Georgia Stanway. Now it's with Leah Williamson just on halfway. Dinks a ball over the top. It's a good ball as well. Lucy Bronze, but it wasn't a good pass from Lucy actually that time. She was looking for Lauren Hemp on this near side, but it was behind the Manchester City player. It's gone out for a throw to Australia. And England just seem to have lost. Oh, that's a poor ball at the back there from Australia. Almost let Chloe Kelly in, but they just managed to scramble it. I think it was Grant who managed to get the ball clear, and suddenly Australia have now got a chance to counter-attack with Grant on this near side. She got a little bit of space to run into, but good defending from Lauren Hemp. Lucy Bronze was caught out of position a little bit, but Lauren Hemp tucked in, did her defensive work brilliantly there. And England have got possession again. Really good play that was from Lauren Hemp, actually. And now Leah Williamson has got a lot of time on the ball in this game, but there's not much movement ahead of her, so she's just keeping it simple for the time being. But it's only going to take one of them long balls over the top that she's so good at to open up this Australia defence, maybe. She's in possession again, Leah Williamson. Again, she just plays it short to Kira Walsh. Now it's out that far side to Esme Morgan. Now it's with Jess Carter right on that far touchline. Plays it infield to Ella Toone. Now it's back with Morgan again and Leah Williamson. England dominating the possession in this game, but so far not really finding it easy to create any clear-cut opportunities. Just that one effort from Alessia Russo, which was a comfortable save from Mackenzie Arnold early in this game. There's one of them long balls from Leah Williamson looking to get Georgia Stanway away down this near side. She's done brilliantly there. Georgia Stanway, she's getting to the penalty area, pulls the ball back, looking for Russo again. Australia managed to clear it away just at the second attempt. But that was great play from Georgia Stanway. Looks like the ball was going out, actually. But in the end, Georgia Stanway managed to keep it in. But again, it's one of them long balls over the top from Leah Williamson. We just said that's probably what she was going to be able to do, open up that Australia defence. And she did it there. And it almost led to another opportunity for England. This time they're coming forward over on that far side. Chloe Kelly plays it back to Esme Morgan.
Oh, that was a bad pass.
And suddenly England now giving the ball away again. And it's with Sam Kerr inside the England penalty area. This could be danger for England crossing towards the edge of the six-yard box. Again, Leah Williamson's there. No matter what seems to happen, Leah Williamson just puts herself in the right place nearly every single time. And she did again there. Poor play from England. It was really poor.
Poor passes.
And Sam Kerr got clear. And there's always danger when Sam Kerr gets in the penalty area. But again, Leah Williamson was there. Terry says, Richard, you nearly sounded like you had some sympathy for Emma then. And then you fell off your chair. No, I've got no sympathy for her, no. But you got to feel a bit sorry for her, but you're not going to win a trophy this season because we're going to win them all. Well, apart from the FA Cup, obviously. But we win the other three, that'll be fine. Anyway, England have just conceded a throw over on that far side. It was good defensive play, actually, from Ella Toone. And it was Kyra Cross there that was trying to win the ball. Anyway, Australia have got a throw over on that far side. Sam Kerr flicks it on, looking for Hayley Russo over on that far side. But just Carter's there. Simple ball back to Leah Williamson. And Leah again, is she going to try one of them long balls again? She's certainly looking for it, but it's not really on. So she plays it back to goalkeeper Mary Earps. Plays it in to Kira Walsh, back with Leah Williamson again. Looks like it's going to go back to the goalkeeper again. Australia pressing slightly higher up the pitch now. They wasn't before, but they are now. Kira Walsh now in possession. And again, there's a bit of pressure on her, but she manages to find Leah Williamson. She's got a lot of space now up this near side. Leah Williamson strides forward towards halfway. Look for one of them balls over the top. Lauren Hemp was looking for the run. She's come short now, Hemp. She does get the ball up this near side. She should get there first. She does. She goes past the fullback. Can she get the cross in? Lauren Hemp keeps the ball in. She's got Lucy Bronze in support, but she doesn't use her. Instead, she plays it square to Georgia Stanway. And the momentum's gone out of that attack a little bit now. But anyway, Esme Morgan finds Leah Williamson. Finds Lauren Hemp again on this near side. When she went past the fullback, maybe she just needs to whip that ball in, but it's not her strongest side, is it? Her right foot. It is now with Lucy Bronze, who has got a very strong right foot, goes past one challenge, but the ball is in between, a pass to Lauren Hemp, and it's gone out for a throw. Actually, it must have come off an Australian player because it is a throw to England. We've halfway through this first half. It is England 0, Australia 0. Not any real big chances yet, just one chance for each side, really, which... nothing too clear cut. Russo now, however, on this near side, fires a cross in. It hits the defender. I think it was Hunt. No, it wasn't. It was Polkinghorn. It's gone out for a corner to England. on this near side. Lauren Hemp's going to take this. Probably going to curl it with her left foot, is she? The last one we played short, and it did lead to a decent cross into the box, but I want to try and get the ball in there.
Exactly.
We've got some bodies in that box again, and it's going to be Lauren Hemp with this corner. We know her delivery can be so good. Again, it's played short. So Lucy Bronze comes back to Lauren Hemp again. Now it's with Georgia Stammer on the edge of the box. Dinks it to the edge of the 6-yard box. It's just too close to the goalkeeper. We don't seem to want to get the ball in the box, do we, for some reason? I'm not sure why. That's 2 short corners we played. And when the final ball has gone into the box, it's been far too close to goalkeeper Mackenzie Arnold. Terry says there, we're knocking the ball around well, but far too slow. Yeah, exactly. It is far too slow. You're right.
Yeah.
We're keeping possession well, but we're not really causing Australia any problems, are we? They're defending pretty deep. They're well organised, and they're making it difficult for us. But yeah, we need to move the ball a lot quicker if we're going to break them down. And so far, we haven't managed to do that, have we? But maybe this might be an opportunity. Lauren Hemp on this near side, closed down, and she's won a free kick. Actually, a little bit too keen there. The challenge on her from Grant, I think it was. It's going to be a free kick, which Lucy Bronze is probably going to take. Lauren Hemp's just gone down on this near touch line. Hopefully, she's going to be okay. But she's going to get a little bit of treatment now, is she? Lauren Hemp looks a bit strange in that mask, doesn't she? But anyway, I think maybe it's a little bit uncomfortable for her. Maybe I don't know what she's. Is that what she's talking to the trainers about here? She doesn't look very happy, does she? But the referee's going to make her come off the pitch. So even though she hasn't received treatment as such, she was in conversation there, just on this touch line. Which doesn't seem very happy, Lauren Hemp. So I'm not quite sure what's happening there. And Lauren James is starting to warm up, so there could be a problem for Lauren Hemp in this game. She may not be continuing much longer, it seems. Not quite sure what the problem is, whether it was to do with that challenge on her there or whether it's another issue, I'm not sure. But anyway, Lauren Hemp looks as though she is going to go off and Lauren James is going to replace her. But for the time being, I don't know if Lauren Hemp's come back on the pitch. Or are England currently playing with 10 players? Not too sure. But anyway, Jess Carter over on that far side and Hayley Russo. They've had a bit of a big battle there already, haven't they, those two? But anyway, England do come away with the ball now with Esme Morgan and Lucy Bronze now in possession. I'm still not sure if Lauren Hemp's come back on.
No, can't say
not sure if she has. I'm not too sure if she has, actually. I mean, she had quite a good start to this game. She's playing pretty well, Lauren Hemp. So hopefully it's nothing too serious. Anyway, Ella Toon. No, I don't think she has come back on. I think she is going to be going off anyway. Everson says there she's back on. Is she back on? Oh, okay. I think they are making the substitution, aren't they, anyway? Anyway, Lucy Bronze in possession on this near side, cuts in field, finds Esme Morgan. The ball hasn't gone out, actually, since then. So England haven't been able to make that substitution, if indeed they're going to be doing that. The ball's now back again with Esme Morgan. She's had a lot of touches of the ball, hasn't she, in these opening 26 minutes. As has Leah Williamson here now for England. Plays up the line to Georgia Stanway into Alicia Russo. I don't think Hemp is on the pitch, actually. She is. She's not on a normal position over on this side. I think we've got 10 players currently. You know, we're moving the ball around pretty well over on that far side now. Chloe Kelly finds Ella 2. Now it's back with Jess Carter again. And now it's with Esme Morgan just on halfway. Finds Jess Carter. England are in control of the game, but we are moving the ball too slowly still and not able to create too much. Leah Williamson, though, finds Lucy Bronze on this near side. Bronze plays it infield to Georgia Stanway. Now it's back with Morgan again. And still the ball hasn't gone out, so England can't make the substitution. And we are still playing with 10 players, it looks like. Anyway, Leah Williamson now in possession for England, looking to try and open up that defence. Dinks the ball over the top. Not a great ball that time, though. It's cleared away. But it does come back to Leah Williams. That's a better ball. Puts Russo in behind. Russo slips, or was she tripped? In fact, she may well have been offside. No, in fact, she was fouled. It is going to be a free kick to England. Now we can make the substitution. Lauren James is going to come on. It is Lauren Hemp that's going off. Well, she's already gone off. She didn't come back on again. Doesn't look like following that issue, whatever it was. Not too sure what the problem was. She just definitely didn't look very happy there when she got some. She was getting some treatment on the sideline, and she certainly didn't look very happy. And she has gone off. And Lauren James has come on, got a big cheer from the crowd. The Chelsea player, she's been playing pretty well, hasn't she, in recent games? So let's see if she can. Maybe she might be the player to get this breakthrough. We've got a free kick over on this near side, which Georgia Stanway is going to take. And Lauren James's first involvement is going to be to try and get on the end of this free kick. So it is going to be Stanway on this near side. Puts it towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Again, Mackenzie Arnold's there with a punch. She's done well, the goalkeeper again. Kira Walsh. Again, it wasn't a great ball from Kira Walsh. She's not looked that great in this game so far. And that cross wasn't too good either. And Australia can manage to clear it away. But Walsh does do well to win it back. And Jess Carter does well. But Australia picked the ball up, but not for long. And it was Ella Toone finds Jess Carter again over on that far side. Battling well there. Lauren James now, her first touch, finds her Chelsea teammate Jess Carter. It's very scrappy over there. And it is going to be a free kick now to England. Jess Carter it was fouled. The two Chelsea players there involved. And it is going to be a free kick to England. There was a couple of fouls probably there actually in that little melee that went on. Anyway, England have taken that free kick. Leah Williamson out this near side. Chloe Kelly's now gone back to the right-hand side. That's a decent cross actually. All the way across though. It's cleared away over on that far side. But so it looks as though Chloe Kelly is going to play on the right and Lauren James on the left. That seems to be how we've just rearranged it following that substitution there as Lauren Hemp's gone off, which I say she was playing pretty well at the time. So it's a bit of a shame that she's not been able to continue anyway. Kira Walsh now finds Georgia Stanway and England keeping possession inside the Australia half. Leah Williamson bringing it forward up this near side to Chloe Kelly. She's going to have a little bit more joy on this near. She hasn't really had too many touches of the ball, Chloe Kelly, whatever side she's played on, but she's got the ball now, plays it back to Leah Williamson. Williamson dinks the ball forward to Alicia Russo, takes it in her stride, dinks it out to this near side to Chloe Kelly. Can she get the cross in? She does get the cross. It's a decent ball as well. Russo's there on the volley. Difficult one to hit. She's not Haaland, unfortunately. She couldn't do the bicycle kick that he managed at the weekend. It's gone just wide. Good play though again on this near side. Chloe Kelly did well this time. Got past the fullback. That's a good cross. She had a little bit more time actually, Russo. It was a difficult crosser because it was slightly behind her and she had to turn and try the spectacular finish. But she wasn't quite able to pull it off. And it's gone harmlessly wide of the post. She did, of course, get a very spectacular goal in the Euro semi-final, didn't she, against Sweden? That she'll always be remembered for.
The back here.
And it looks as though she may well be leaving Manchester United at the end of the season by some comments made from Ella Toone in an interview earlier on in the week. So that could be interesting, couldn't it, in the summer? Obviously, Arsenal put in 2 record bids in January for. I wonder if it's going to be Arsenal that she ends up coming to, which would be great, wouldn't it? What a great addition she'd be to this Arsenal team. Anyway, England coming forward now. Just Carter over on that far side. Tried to just knock it through to Ella Toone, but it lacked the power. And Australia managed to get the ball away. And England maybe haven't quite been ruthless enough in that final third. Our pass has not been quite there yet. We've had some good moves to get to that point, but the final ball has let us down on occasions. Oh, Leah Williams, that's a poor header. Straight to Sam Kerr.
For God's sake.
And Sam Kerr's put Australia ahead. The first real chance that she's had again. It's an England mistake. It was Leah Williamson that time. It was a header. She was looking to head it back to goalkeeper Mary Ertz, but it didn't have enough power on it at all.
You can see that happening, Milo.
Yeah.
You can see it happening.
Sam Kerr was there. And once again, Sam Kerr has capitalised on a mistake from Leah Williamson as she did at the Emirates earlier on this season. In fact, she might be offside. She was offside when that ball was played forward. Whether or not, I don't know if there's VAR in this game. She was offside when that ball was played forward. A terrible header from Leah Williamson, silly. You've got to say. She doesn't make too many mistakes, but that was a really, really poor decision from Leah there. She had to get more power on that header. You give her a chance like that to Sam Kerr. She doesn't miss them very often, does she? She did look as though she might have been offside, actually, just before that, but I don't think it's going to be given as offside. And Sam Kerr has given Australia the lead, as we thought she might be the player to score for them, because we know what her goal-scoring record's like, but really, really poor goal to concede from England. And now we've got to do it from behind. Emerson says, Kerr scores. Yep, indeed. Terry says, oh, no, yeah, very, very poor defending that was. The goal does stand, even though She looked as though she may have been offside. There's no VAR. And 32 minutes on the clock, and Sam Kerr's given Australia the lead. And England now have got a big job on their hands to come back into this game, because we haven't created too many chances in this opening 32 minutes. It has to be said. We now need to move the ball a bit quicker. Maybe this will liven us up. Chloe Kelly on this near side. We know we've got the quality to come back into this game, but we have to move the ball quicker. This is nice, though. Chloe Kelly again on this near side. Oh, that was good defending there, actually, by Grant, the fullback for Australia. It just looked like Chloe Kelly was going to get away. It's going to be a throw to England now on this near side. Lucy Bronze with it. And against the run of play, that goal, you have to say, in many ways, it was against the run of play, but it was a terrible... We've made a couple of mistakes at the back already in this game, and it could cost us, and it definitely cost us then. Anyway, England are coming forward again, trying to find that equaliser now, but Ella Toon's ball was cut out, and now a few players are slipping over on this wet surface, and England now picks up possession. Chloe Kelly, she's got a little bit of space here, finds Alicia Russo on this near side, puts the ball towards the penalty spot. Ella Toon on the volley, it was, got deflected behind. It's going to be another corner to England. Envy says there, what happened to Hemp? We're not really sure. She just went off. Yeah, looked like she had some problems. She's not very happy. She went off, didn't come back on again, and now Lauren James has come on. And Envy says Lauren James is a very selfish player. If you don't know, well, she can be, but she's also a very dangerous player. She can run with the ball, takes on defenders, she can score goals. So let's hope she can do something in this game. You know, it's a corner to England now on this near side. Are we going to actually put the ball into the box this time? I think we are. Georgia Stanway with it towards the edge of the 6-yard, but it's not a bad ball. Lucy Bronze wins a header. Again, the goalkeeper, Mackenzie Arnold, punches away. She's punched 3 or 4 away tonight already, hasn't she? And anyway, she's won a free kick this time, the Australian goalkeeper. But she's done well, actually, under pressure there. Again, she's not shy in coming out and punching things. In fact, there was 2 offsides there against England. That's what the free kick's for. Again, it was a good punch, though, from the goalkeeper. And it is going to be a free kick to Australia. We do lead 1-0. That terrible mistake at the back from Leah Williamson. So a rare mistake. But yeah, we're not moving the ball quickly enough in the final third. We're just not getting crosses in early enough. We're not trying to get the ball in behind. And that's why we're not really looking as though we're going to score at this point. But anyway, it's still plenty of time left in this game. And England are back in possession again with Ella Toon. Plays it back to Jess Carter into Kira Walsh. That's a good ball. And now it's played forward to Alicia Russo. Just runs away, though, from Russo. But Carpenter runs it out of play. It's going to be another throw to England. Barry says, is England a player down at 10 on field? No, we were. Lauren Hemp was off the pitch, but she's been replaced now by Lauren James. So we've got 11 again now. But we did play with 10 for about 5 minutes. We couldn't get the substitution made because the ball didn't go out of play. And Lauren Hemp didn't come back on again. So, unfortunately not. Wayne says Sam Kerr lobbed Mary Ertz for the 3rd time in a year. Yeah, she's done it a few times, hasn't she? Well, that was more of a chip over, wasn't it, rather than a lob? But yeah, not quite as spectacular as the goal at the end of last season, that's for sure. NV says most of the time she is not a team player and thinks she's the greatest player in the world. Doesn't like to pass to players in the open and misses. Well, I don't know. I think that's a bit harsh. I mean, I think she's a good player, Lauren James. Yeah, sometimes she can be a little bit greedy, but she's a good player. And hopefully she can have an impact in this game because we're going to need her now with Lauren Hemp off. Anyway, this is a good ball. Finds Lucy Bronze on this near side. Lucy Bronze trying to go past the fullback Grant, who's done well again, actually. She's done pretty well. Charlotte Grant, who plays in Sweden. Anita says there, James looks like she's in slow motion. Mead is sorely missed. Well, of course, Beth Mead, she got sorely missed.
Oh, God, yeah.
Well, she was pretty much the best player in the world last year, wasn't she? So, of course, she's missed. But we have to make do without her. We're going to have to try and do what we can. Anyway, it's another corner to England because the ball's just gone out of play there off Tamika Yallop, actually, who used to play for West Ham, as we said before. Barry says there, thanks, Rich, from San Diego. Oh, good to see you from San Diego, my friend. Hope you're well. And there's another injury, actually. There's an injury to Yallop for Australia. She's needing some treatment. This doesn't look good for her. is going to be a corner to England when the play resumes, but we might have a bit of a break in play because it doesn't look good at all for the Australian player. Oh, is it an ankle? It was. She went to block and across there from Chloe Kelly. Or it was a standing leg, actually. Chloe Kelly caught her. Well, it wasn't a foul. It wasn't. She didn't mean to do it. Just as she crossed the ball, she fell onto her standing leg. Let's hope it's not a serious injury, but she looks in quite a lot of pain, the Australian, and I'm not sure she's going to be able to continue in this game, but we'll have to see. LV says there, you can't dribble all your life and don't score and make. Well, she scores a few and she does make a few assists, but I agree. Sometimes she does need to pass the ball quick. I agree with you. MNM20 says, I'm tired of all the Lauren James hate in these comments. Well, there's not that much hate, is there, really? We appreciate Lauren James, but, sometimes she does need to pass the ball quicker and earlier. But it's something she'll learn. She's still a young player, isn't she? And I'm sure she will improve that aspect of her game. But she's a dangerous player. Anyway, Yallop doesn't look like she's going to be able to continue. Australia are preparing a substitution at this moment in time. It is an England corner. Australia down to 10 players at the moment. Stanway with this corner again towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Again, it's headed from England, but again, Mackenzie Arnold's there to grab the ball under a little bit of pressure from Jess Carter. And another England set piece comes to nothing. And Australia should now, we won't be able to make their substitution quite yet because the ball's not gone out of play. But it does look as though Tamika Yallop is not going to be able to continue, and she's hobbling off on this near side with the help of the coaching staff of Australia, and she's going to no longer be able to continue in this game. And they'll be looking at bringing a substitute on very, very shortly. I'm not quite sure what it is yet. Anyway, they're still in possession at the moment, Australia, with Mary Fowler, who's not had a lot of impact on this game so far. But they are in possession again, Australia. They do lead 1-0, of course. We're coming up towards the last 5 minutes of this first half. Corey then with a ball in field to Grant, but it's run off the Australian fullback. It is going to be a goal kick to England. So maybe Australia can now bring on their substitute, and they can. It is going to be... who is it going to be coming on? It is Courtney Vine. Courtney Vine's coming on, who actually plays in Australia for Sydney FC. Not too many players in this Australian squad that do play in their homeland, but she is one that does play for Sydney. And again, it's not a great pass from England, and the ball does find its way back to Mary Earps via Leah Williamson. Earps goes long towards halfway. Russo looks as though she was buffeted over there, but the referee allows play to continue. It's going to be a throw to England. Clive says there, Arnold is keeping the Matildas in the lead. Hope I don't jinx her. No, she's done well, actually. When ball's into the box, she's looked confident. She's punched things. She came and claimed that last one. She's not had to make an actual save yet, though, has she? We haven't really forced her to make a big save. But, yeah, she certainly looked comfortable on crosses, hasn't she? We know what a good goalkeeper she is. When Arsenal played West Ham earlier this season, the 0-0 draw, it was her that, one of the reasons why we couldn't score that day. She made some good saves, didn't she? Envy says there, I hope Ebony Salmon gets her fair play one day. It's a shame what happened to her. Yeah, well, I'm sure she'll be back. Anita says there, no Lauren James hate. She's clever with her feet, does some fantastic passes into the box. Just looks like slow motion to me. Seems like a very sweet person, which is the most important thing of all. Yeah, she does, sometimes looks a bit miserable, though, doesn't she? She tends to have a bit of a miserable face on a lot of the time. But no, I think she's a good player. She looks. Don't forget, she's just come into this game. It takes sometimes a little while, doesn't it, to get up to the pace of the game. She probably does look a little bit slow because of that. But we're not playing particularly well anyway, are we? We're losing the ball, giving it away. Lauren James hasn't really got into it yet, but she's got the ball now over on that far side, looking to take on Ellie Carpenter. But she doesn't manage to do that. And in fact, it's run out of play. It's going to be a throw to England. In fact, it might even be a free kick. Carpenter there was a little bit too eager there to try and get the ball off Lauren James. But England do keep possession. Leah Williamson now midway inside the Australian half. Can England get an equaliser before half time?
Come on.
Of which only 3 minutes left to play. Russo looked as though she was offside. In fact, she was offside when she tried to flick that ball on. And it's going to be a free kick to Australia. We've played 42, nearly 43 minutes. So if England are going to get an equaliser, well, she was offside there, actually. Sam Kerr was more offside in the build-up to the goal. But anyway, it is a free kick to Australia, just on the edge of the penalty area, which Mackenzie Arnold is going to take. Kicks it long into the England half. Flicked on by Sam Kerr, looking for Russo over on that far side. But England picked the ball up again. We've had far more possession in this first half, but not really made enough of it.
The wrong angle.
But that's a long ball forward again from Leah Williamson. Can Lauren James keep this in? No, she can't.
Too long.
And again, she maybe did look a little bit slow there, actually. Maybe she was just slow off her, thinking about chasing after the ball, and she wasn't able to get there. It's gone out for a throw. Terry says, any updates on Catley and Fordy? Not at the moment, other than they're still not fit. I mean, Catley's got a chance, I think, of being fit for Man United. Let's hope so. I'm not sure about Fordy. I haven't heard anything actually about her at all, other than it obviously was a hamstring injury against Man City, wasn't it? Didn't look as though she completely pulled it. It looked as though they took her off for a precaution. So maybe she's going to be okay. I mean, we'll know, won't we, next week when the Man United game, whether she plays. But we'll certainly miss her if she's out, because she's been brilliant, hasn't she? And of course, Australia would have been a much more dangerous side with her in it tonight. So maybe it's a good thing that she's not playing. Anyway, we've just been pushed off the ball. Kira Walsh has pushed off the ball. And Australia trying to get in against Sam Kerr. Again, Leah Williamson, though, this time manages to get there ahead of the Chelsea striker.
We're expecting a foul there. I think that's why.
Well, yeah, they seem to stop. It did look like a foul, actually, on Kira Walsh. But anyway, the referee let play go on. And now... and suddenly there's a substitute over on that far side. Puts a cross into the box. Well defended, actually, by Esme Morgan. Emerson says they're both Catley and Ford are having treatment with Arsenal medical team. Yeah, I think they probably are. We haven't heard any updates. What's going on with them? Although I did hear that Steph Catley is nearly fit again. So hopefully she might be able to play next week. But we'll have to see. Hopefully they'll both be fit for the semi-final, because we are going to need them, aren't we? We need everybody. Anyway, Lauren James now in possession over on that far side, but holds the ball up. She was looking for a bit of movement ahead of her, it seemed, but she had to play the ball back to her Chelsea teammate, Jess Carter. But that's with Leah Williams on this near side. We're into the last few seconds of normal time at the end of the first half. There'll be a bit of stoppage time. There's been 2 or 3 injuries, hasn't there, in this first half? So we'll probably have 3 or 4 minutes, I would imagine. So England have still got a little bit of time to try and get an equaliser before the break. Lauren James over on that far side finds Ella. So it's going to be 3 minutes of stoppage time. So maybe not quite as much as we thought there might have been. We're just too slow with the ball.
Yeah, very, very slow.
Lauren James now, they're trying to inject a little bit of pace. She's done well. Lauren James goes past 2 or 3 players, tries a shot just over the bar. That was much better, more direct. Someone running at the defence and having a shot. We haven't seen that in this first half at all as yet. That was good play there from Lauren James. She did really well, actually. Got past 2 or 3 players that couldn't keep the shot down. But at least she was being direct. It sort of bobbled, actually, just in front of her there, which didn't help the shot there. But it's good to see an England player running at that Australian defence for the first time. We need to do more of that in the second half, I think, if we're going to find a way back into this game. We've been a little bit too passive in that final third. We've got Loki in the chat right in. He says, evening all, good to see you. Alba says, what happened to him? Not really sure what happened to her. She just, she was involved in a little tackle on the touchline. It didn't seem a bad foul or anything. She just didn't look very happy after that. She had a bit of treatment on the side of the pitch and she went off, didn't come back on again. So I don't know what the injury was or what it was, but she definitely didn't look as though she was going to continue at that point. Yeah. And it didn't look as though it wasn't a bad tackle on her. He just went in for a challenge and that was it. She just went off. Anyway, England now trying to come forward. Russo over on that far side. Is she going to get there? Mackenzie Arnold's out of her penalty area and defends that well, actually. Lets the ball run out for a goal kick. She did well again, the Australian goalkeeper. She's played well tonight so far. Looked like she was going to clear the ball away, just let it run through her legs, and it's now gone out for a goal kick. Good defending that was. And it is going to be a goal kick. We've got 1 minute of stoppage time remaining at the end of this first half. It is England 0, Australia 1. Let's hope this isn't going to be a first defeat for Sarina Wiegman in the 31st match of her reign. But there's still a whole lot of second half to come yet, and I'm sure we'll play better in the second half once Sarina's had some words at half time. We do have to move the ball quicker. Lauren James
Come
again
on.
being positive. That's a
Come
good
on.
ball out to that far side. Are we going to get a goal right at the end of this first half? It's in to Russo, but Russo again is very, very tightly marked in that penalty area. Hasn't been able to get any space whatsoever. And Australia again cleared the ball there. Again, though, Lauren James has had a good couple of minutes at the end of this first half now. She seems to have got into the game.
Yeah.
Another good run. That was a nice pass out to that far side to Ella Toon, I think it was. Tried to find her friend Russo, but Australia defended that well. But Lucy Bronze now plays the ball forward again to Ella Toon. A little bit of space for her turns. In fact, it's Georgia Stanway. Now it's with Kira Walsh. England are going to finish this half in possession. Chloe Kelly with ball towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Mackenzie Arnold almost dropped that to the feet of Alessia Russo, but she managed to grab it at the second attempt. Obviously, a very wet, skiddy pitch. That was a decent cross there from Chloe Kelly, actually. Russo was trying to get in there. It bounced just in front of the goalkeeper, who nearly dropped it. And there goes a half-time whistle. So England have got it all to do in the second half. That goal from Sam Kerr has given Australia the advantage at half-time. Very, very poor piece of defending, though, from Leah Williamson. It was that caused that opportunity. WSL Comp says there, Sarina has never lost a game. No, she hasn't. She hasn't lost a game so far. But unless we can do something in this second half, she's going to lose one tonight, because we are losing this game 1-0. Not the best first half performance, actually, from England. Very, very slow.
It's like watching the second half of that other one.
It's
just the same.
Yeah, it has been a bit, yeah. And Australia obviously aren't nowhere near as good as Brazil. And they haven't really created too much other than what we've created for them with mistakes.
Yeah, there's been a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
Don't know, the girls tired or what? Or...
Well, maybe it's a long season. It's been a massive year, hasn't it, for England?
Yeah.
Are they getting tired? Maybe. They're certainly looking a little bit off the pace of the game at times, a little bit slow. But we've got 45 minutes, and I'm sure we will turn it round. We've done it in the second half before under Sarina, haven't we, a few times? So let's hope that's going to happen again. Terry says that's the worst I've seen England play, really flat. Yeah, it's the worst for a long time.
Yeah.
You're right, it was flat. But we've got a second half to try and
get a couple of goals.
Turn it around. Loki says my ex-brother-in-law got tickets for England v Haiti in Brisbane, £23 adult, £12 for the kids. That's not bad. It's not bad for a World Cup. It is decent price. Yeah, good. It'll be a good game, isn't it? England should beat Haiti, obviously, but who knows? But it'd be a nice trip, wouldn't it? Over to Australia. Be pretty good, actually. A little bit of a wake-up call maybe for England there, because sometimes it feels as though we're just cruising through games, winning them fairly comfortably, and we've almost been like that in that first half, as though we just thought we'd win, just turn up and win, and that was a bit of a lesson really, because we haven't done enough. Australia have been very organised, very strong defensively, and we just haven't been able to create anything really. I don't think we've had a shot on target, have we? I know that one right at the very beginning from Russo, that was it, after about 2 minutes. And after that, we've not actually had a shot on target. A few crosses into the box, a bit too close to the goalkeeper. We've lacked quality in that final third.
Yeah.
Not helped that Lauren Hemp's gone off, obviously, because, she was looking pretty decent up to that point. But, Lauren James has had a couple of good moments at the end of the first half. And let's hope that we can have a bit more of that in the second half. Barry says there's Sam Kerr versus Beth Mead. Who do you take on your team? Well, I mean, I'm a little bit biased, but I would take Beth Mead just because I mean, obviously Sam Kerr scores a lot of goals. You can't argue with her goal scoring record. It's phenomenal. But I think Beth Mead brings more to the team. Yeah, because Beth Mead scores goals. And she assists. I just think she adds more to the team overall. I mean, Sam Kerr's got her strengths, and she's a good player. But I would take Beth Mead all day long, and Terry is the same. He's got Meadow, yeah. I just think at this moment in time, before her injury, Beth Mead was pretty much the best player in the world. So you take her, of course you would. Whether she'll quite get back to that level again after her injury, we'll have to wait and see. Let's hope she can get somewhere near it, because she was absolutely phenomenal for 18 months really before that injury, wasn't she? In the season before the Euros, at the Euros, the start of this season, just incredible. So let's hope she can get back to that level again once she's playing. But yeah, Mido all day long for me. I just think, plus as well, she's a very down to earth person, isn't she, Beth Mead? I do feel that Sam Kerr doesn't always come across particularly well. As well, that's the other side of it, maybe. But anyway, Dark Angel says, what was a mistake from Williamson? Well, she tried to head it back to goalkeeper and it just didn't have enough power on it. And Sam Kerr was right there. And basically, she headed it straight into Sam Kerr's path and she scored. A really bad mistake, but a rare mistake, let's be honest. WSL Comp says there, can't compare Mead with Kerr, two different players. And they are two different players, you're right. I mean, Sam Kerr is a out-and-out centre-forward, isn't she? Whereas Beth Mead offers such a lot more. But yeah, they are both good players, but I would have Mead all day long. Definitely. We've got Melissa there, American Guna, tuning in from Philadelphia, USA today. Let's go, Lionesses. Oh, fantastic. We've got England fans in America as well. That's great to see. Hope you've been enjoying the game. Obviously not the best performance from England so far, but hopefully it'll get better. WSL Comp says maybe compare Miedemar with Kerr. Yeah, I mean, that's maybe more of a comparison. But again, I think Miedemar is a better all-round player than Sam Kerr. She scores more goals than Sam Kerr. She has done. And I think she's an all-round better player. So it's not really fair on Sam Kerr to keep comparing her to players that are better than her, We should compare Sam Kerr to maybe Alicia Russo. What would we think of that then? They're very similar type of players, aren't they? And I think Sam Kerr's probably ahead of Russo at the moment. But Russo's younger and she's going to improve, and who knows where that might go. Gregory says it's like they are sleep playing. That's a good way of putting it. Sleep playing. Yeah, I kind of like that. Yeah, they kind of are sort of sleep playing. Yeah, they look as though they are still asleep. Absolutely right. Loki says Mead creates and scores. Arsenal ladies would have won the league already if she was fit. Yeah, I do feel as though if her and Viv were fit, I think we'd have been clear in the league. Definitely, but they're not.
Was it there? That's the mistake.
And we have to get on with it. Envy says they can't compare Beth and Sam. That's just nonsense. Two different players. Yeah, they are two different players, but they're both important players. They're both.
You were asked a question.
They're both the best in their respective kind of teams, aren't they? Sam Kerr's obviously Australia's best player. Beth Mead's England's best player when she's fit. So, but they are two different players. You're absolutely right. Envy said, we just had that one there. You can't compare the GOAT Vivienne to Kerr. It's disrespecting Viv. Well, I mean, they play more of a similar position, I suppose, don't they? They're the main goal scorers in their team. So it's a bit more of a comparison. But again, Viv's a much better all-round player, isn't she? There's no doubt about that. Absolutely, 100% agree with you. Tonya says they're enjoying from the USA. Thanks. Sam Kerr has been one of the best for years. She creates and involves her teammates. No, she does, but I don't know what the actual statistics are, but I'm pretty certain Beth Mead's got a lot more assists than Sam Kerr. Sam Kerr's got more goals, of course. She plays as a centre forward, but Terry says, imagine next season it could be Fordy, Mido, Stina, Russo, and Viv. Well, I don't think they'd all play at the same time, would they? I think there'd be no defenders in the team, would there? It'd be good to watch, but I'm not quite sure that we'll play with all of those players. But yeah, I mean, what a squad of attacking talent that is there, and it's only buying one player, isn't it? Because we've got the others. Obviously, they'll be fit, won't they? Mido and Viv will be fit next season. So, that would be a great forward line if we can get Russo in. Envy says Viv has 350 plus goals at the age of 26. Come on now, you can't compare anyone to Viv. No, we can't. I think Viv's the best. Of course, we know that, but it's more of a comparison than Beth to Sam Kerr because of the positions that they play. Barry says, ours too. You draft, not who is better. So Mead. Well, yeah, I mean, I'll take Mead, but some people would probably take Sam Kerr. That's fine. But yeah, Mido for me. Mido for me she has been the best player in the world in the last year. So got to have her, haven't we? Really. Sam says there. Sam Kerr really gets in. Williamson said, yeah, I think she does. I agree with that because every single time Arsenal play Chelsea, there seems to be a mistake Leah Williamson makes against her. Virtually every single game, and I think you're right. Maybe she does get in her head. She seems to panic. She doesn't normally panic, Leah Williamson. She's normally so calm and in control, but whenever she faces Sam Kerr, she does seem to panic a lot more. You're right. So maybe that's the reason.
So why would you not have Sam Kerr for Arsenal? Because she is a good player.
Because I want a Russo. Anyway, Chelsea aren't going to give Sam Kerr to Arsenal, are they?
Not.
So there's no chance of that ever happening. But I prefer Russo anyway. I mean, Sam Kerr's probably a better player at this moment in time. But anyway, I'd rather have Russo. Let's hope a big second half, though, from England. Let's see. Melissa says it might be better. It might be best for England to lose one heading into the World Cup. Take some undefeated pressure off the team. No, see, I don't want us to lose. I want England to never lose a game while Sarina's manager. Just if she's there for 150 games, don't lose any of them.
Yeah, that's unrealistic.
But yeah, they are going to lose inevitably at some stage. I mean, to me, I don't know.
You don't mind losing if the players have played well, though, and they haven't played well.
I think if you're going to lose a game, maybe lose a game when you've your last group game in the World Cup when you've already qualified. If you're going to lose a game like that. I do think at this moment in time we want to go into the World Cup with momentum and stuff with us, and I think I wouldn't really want to lose now. I'd maybe, if we're going to lose a game, maybe lose one at the World Cup in the group stage. It doesn't matter, but I don't want to lose at all. I don't like losing. It's no good. We need to keep winning. WSL comment says Kerr is way better than Russo. Yeah, at the moment she's a better player. Of course she is, but she's got more experience. Russo's still young and learning, and I think Russo's a better player for the future. Plus, we'll never get Sam Kerr, would we? So I won't worry about that too much. Clive says I'm from South Africa. Oh, you really? South Africa? Wow, fantastic. Whereabouts in South Africa are you? What a great place to be. Envy says, how good is Russo as a striker? Shooting shots not really that good. Well, I think what Russo brings as a striker is she can hold the ball up. She's got good movement. I do think she can finish. She's scored quite a few goals. I just think her all-round play is good. I just like her as a player. But yes, she doesn't score as many goals as Sam Kerr. No, of course not. But not many players do, let's be honest, apart from Viv. WSL Comp says, hey, I'm from Kenya. Oh, fantastic. We've got people from all over the world in the chat tonight, which is great to see. But no one actually from Australia, I don't think. Or is there anyone from Australia? I'm not sure if there is, but anyway. Clive says in Durban. Oh, really? Well, okay, brilliant. MV says South Africa have the real GOAT, Laura Wolfart. Well, I don't know about the real GOAT, but the real GOAT's currently injured, as we know. But anyway, we are going to be ready for this second half. It's going to be a big second half, isn't it, from England, if we're going to turn this game around, because we need to play a lot better than we did in that first half. Looking on the bench, Rachel Daly's an option maybe to come on. Jordan Nobbs maybe. She's not really played much game time, actually, for England. You know, she's playing pretty well for Aston Villa at the moment. You know, she can offer something in that final third, can't she? So she could be an option to come on as well. Katie Robertson's done well, hasn't she, when she's come on? Gets down the wing, put balls into the box. Our final ball hasn't always been great, has it? Barry says you have people here from countries that are not getting a game on television. Yeah, that's probably true. We tend to do that for quite a lot of the WSL games that we do, actually. We get people from all over the world watching that maybe don't get to see the games. But, you know, I'm sure... Terry says, hi, Richard, I'm from Kent. Yeah, I know you're from Kent, mate. Actually, no, originally you're not, are you? Because aren't you from Woolwich or somewhere, wasn't it, originally? So you live in Kent now, but that's different. That's not where you're from, is it? Originally, anyway. But yeah, so I think as time goes on, I think more and more women's games are going to be shown in a lot more countries, aren't they? And then everyone should be able to watch it. But hopefully, people will still want to come and watch us as well, because, you know, why not? Barry says, no repeat in the second half against Brazil. Exactly, yeah. We've had that already.
Done.
We just had that in that first half, didn't we? That was a repeat of the second half against Brazil. So let's go for the first half against Brazil now and reverse it. And if we play like we did in that first half against Brazil, against this Australia team, you imagine we'll score some goals and win. But we'll see. We've got Sylvia in the chat there. Thanks for your broadcast. I am one of those people and always enjoying your comments. Many good. It's a Switzerland, eh? See Switzerland as well. Brilliant.
Oh, wow.
Just says, just saw Noel Moritz play for Switzerland. Oh, fantastic. Did she have a good game? Because she's been playing pretty well for Arsenal, actually, Noel Moritz. Obviously, Leah Walty wouldn't have been playing, would she? Because she's on a little break at the moment. Good to see Noel Moritz playing, because she's a great player, isn't she? Envy says there, Laura Walvart is a 23-year-old superstar cricketer, if anyone was wondering. Okay, fair enough. I don't watch women's cricket very often, I've got to be honest, but I'll take your word for it. Isis says there, where can I watch the game live? To be honest, I don't know whereabouts in the world you are. It is being shown on ITV4 in England, but I'm assuming that you're not in England. I'm not sure where you are in the world, but I don't know where the game is, to be honest. I don't know if UEFA are showing it or the England website, potentially, I'm not sure. But anyway, stay with us. We'll keep you updated with everything in the game. So I'm not sure where you can watch it live. Not sure. But unfortunately, I can't show you the game, I'm afraid. As much as I'd like to, I would get shut down and probably get a fine and God knows what else. So I don't really want to be doing that. But we'll keep you updated with everything that's going on anyway in the game, and hopefully a better performance from England in the second half. I don't think we've made any substitutions at half-time. It looks like it's the same 11 that finished the game. So just that one change in that first half, of course, Lauren Hemp had to go off and Lauren James has come on. But England are going to be kicking off this second half, attacking the goal to our left. And it's going to be Alicia Russo taking the kick-off for England. We are back off and underway here in Brentford. Let's see what the second half brings. Hopefully a lot better performance. Yeah, a lot better performance from England would be what we need, really, because that first half just wasn't really good enough, was it? Anyway, England in possession straight away over on that far side. England's right. Esme Morgan. Leah Williamson plays it to Esme Morgan now. And Clive says, I would rather watch and hear Richie's comments than watch the game. Well, I mean, if you can do both, I suppose that's the ideal solution, isn't it? But anyway, I know it's not always available to watch. Here, England are winning the ball back in midfield. Georgia Stanway. Are we going to start moving the ball a bit quicker in this second half? That's what we need to do. Kira Walsh plays the ball back to Lucy Brosnaer. It's with Leah Williams. Do you want to make up for that mistake, won't she? We've got a comment there. What's happened to Hempo? Not really sure what happened to her. She seemed like she picked up an injury or something in the midway through that first half. Had to go off. Anyway, Lauren James threads the ball through. It's into Russo inside the box. Just couldn't quite get there. Good defending actually by Australia, but England still in possession with Ella Toon on this near side. Finds Jess Carter.
Like it, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, much more like it. Sylvia says Noah was amazing. Created many great chances in the second half. I think that you can see that she plays for Arsenal. She's much better shape than the Swiss players that don't play abroad. Yeah, she's a great player. And she's been playing really well for Arsenal. Anyway, England have now got a free kick midway inside the Australia half. And we've certainly seemed to have started a little bit quicker in this second half, actually, than we did in the first half. So let's hope that we can find a goal very, very soon, get ourselves level. Be interesting to see how we would respond if we're still losing late in the game, because that's not happened, has it, under an England? So I don't know. I suppose that Spain game in the Euros, it was 5 minutes to play, wasn't it, when we scored? So we have been used to being behind late in the game. So we have done it before. Anyway, we've got a free kick now. So midway inside the Australia half, Georgia Stanway, Kira Walsh, and Chloe Kelly are all over it. I think Stanway is probably going to take this, you would imagine. Australia have got a wall there. 3 or 4 players in their wall. Is this going to be the moment for England to get level at the very start of this second half? I think Georgia Stanway is probably going to hit this. Let's see. It is going to be Chloe Kelly peels away, and Chloe Kelly gets the ball inside the area. I don't know what we were doing with that free kick again. The set pieces have been so poor tonight.
Just lob it in.
Australia read that well, actually. It was good defending from Katrina Gorey. Gregory says, hopefully they all had a big mug of coffee. Well, hopefully they had something, but that was a terrible free kick. Really, really was. Just get the ball in the box. Barry says, did Russo start the game? Yeah, Russo started the game, yeah. WSL Comp says, England missing Bright and Mido. Yeah, of course, we definitely are missing Mido. The corner comes in towards the edge of the 6-yard box, headed away. Good header, actually, by Polkinghorn. And Australia now looking to try and launch a counter-attack. But again, England have pressing higher up the pitch. And now we've got an opportunity. The ball falls to Ella Toon from distance, but the shots come straight into the arms of goalkeeper Mackenzie Arnold. In fact, the whistle's gone anyway. I think it may well have been an offside in the build up to that, possibly by from Alicia Russo. Alva says, I heard something about Sam being offside. Did you see it? Comment. Yeah, I thought she was. When the ball was played over the top towards her, she looked offside. Of course, she wasn't offside when Leah Williams headed it back towards the goalkeeper, but she was certainly offside when the ball was played forward. And with VAR, it would have got disallowed. But there's no VAR, and so it counted. But yeah, she was offside, 100%. Colonel says there, good show on Talk TV, Rich, the other day too. Did see you. Glad you're getting on the ladder for some recognition. No, I enjoyed it. Yeah, I like going on there. It's a good show with Mark Saggers. It was a good chat, actually, wasn't it, about VAR and referees as well as the game, of course, against Liverpool. So it's nice to be on. Anyway, England now in possession up this near side. Jess Carter plays it forward to Lauren James. Those circles know each other really, really well. Emerson says there Switzerland lost and Germany lost. Did they? Oh, right. Wow. Anyway, as another mistake from England, and Vine now coming forward for Australia. Is it going to be another opportunity? Sam Kerr inside the box. Surely she was offside again, but she's kept possession and she puts it wide this time. And I don't think offside was given actually. But anyway, again, it was given away from England high up the pitch there. Vine nipped in the substitute, and suddenly England looked very stretched again. And it was, in fact, Sam Kerr wasn't offside that time. I think it was Esme Morgan stepped up a little bit too late there. Sam Kerr cut back inside, but she hit the ball with the outside of her foot, and it was always curling away from the goal. But again, England a little bit sloppy in possession of the ball. Again, gifting Australia opportunities, and the only opportunities that they've had Australia have been from our own mistakes. So, and we're still continuing to make them, which isn't a good sign, is it? But anyway, we have started the second half a little bit better. But there's a foul there by Georgia Stanway on Mary Fowl. It's going to be a free kick now to Australia. The last thing we need is for them to score a second goal. I don't think we've ever gone two behind, have we? Under Sarina. So that would be a real big test, wouldn't it? Especially in a game that we've not created hardly any chances. So anyway, it's a free kick now to Australia. So this could be a dangerous moment. We played 51 minutes at the Brentford Community Stadium, and Australia still lead 1-0. That first half goal from Sam Kerr. This free kick's midway inside England's half, quite a long way out actually, probably too far out for a shot. But it's going to be a dink into the edge of the 6-yard box at the far side. Oh, it's good defending actually from Lucy Bronze. Sam Kerr was trying to get in again. She's definitely been a threat tonight, hasn't she, Sam Kerr? I think she might well have been just offside that time again. But Lucy Bronze was across there really well and was able to deal with that. And it would have been a corner, but she was offside, Sam Kerr. Anyway, Ella Toon now plays the ball out to that far side to Chloe Kelly. Can England find an equaliser from somewhere? Esme Morgan now. Leah Williams, swings the ball to this near side. Again, it's not a great pass. It's gone straight out for a throw. England just maybe overdoing it too much. I don't know what Sarina said at half time, but there hasn't been too many changes so far in the way that we're playing. At the start of the second half, I know Ellie Carpenter's going to take this throw for Australia. Throws it in looking for Sam Kerr again, who tried to flick it on, but England won the ball and Esme Morgan clears it away. But Australia have picked up the second ball, but that's going to run back all the way through to Mary Earps. We've played 52 and a half minutes here at Brentford. England 0, Australia 1. Not been the greatest England performance up till now, but there's still plenty of time for us to find a way back into this game. And we do have quality in that front three if we can get the ball forward a little bit quicker to them, get that Australia defence turned, and we may well have a chance of getting a goal. But we haven't done that anywhere near enough in this game up till now. And Mackenzie Arnold's only had one shot to save in the game. Another bad mistake from England. It was Esme Morgan, gave it straight to Sam Kerr. And suddenly Australia in again. But that's not a great ball. And Esme Morgan covers that time. But bad mistakes again from England. We're making far too many simple mistakes. It's giving the ball away. Very, very sloppy. We need to really up our game. Gosh. Terrible. Colonel says there, who's your favourite international player apart from the Arsenal players? Well, none apart from the Arsenal players. I mean, to be fair, I like most of the England Lioness players, actually. Emerson says that Curry is running our centre half ragged and the Australian coach is happy the way he should do it. Well, of course, yeah, but to be fair, a lot of it's coming from our own mistakes, so isn't it? We're just gifting the ball to them. Anyway, we're coming forward now. Chloe Kelly plays it back to Leah Williamson, now plays it into midfield to Kira Walsh. There's a run ahead here from Ella Toon. That ball isn't going to find her, though. It's covered there by the Australian defence. Oh, it's nearly a bad back pass at that end of the pitch. Well, the same end of the pitch that Leah Williamson did. Anyway, England picked up the ball again. Lauren James now on this near side. Puts the ball in towards the penalty spot. Good cross. Oh, it was sliced there by the defender almost into her own net. It would have been an own goal from Claire Hunt there, but it sliced off her foot into the side netting. Again, it was a poor clearance that time from the goalkeeper. And the ball came across to Lauren James. She dinked it over the top there and it was sliced from the Australian defender. It could literally have gone anywhere. It went into the side netting and Australia got away with one there, but it's going to be a corner to England. Yeah, she is looking relieved. She's looking very relieved. Anyway, let's make them pace. Georgia Stanway with this corner on the near side, England's left. Plays it into the edge of the 6-yard box again. Again, it's cleared away by Australia. We haven't really managed to get on the end of any of the set pieces tonight. Really, really poor. And that ball's gone out there for a throw to Australia on this near side. Can England find a way back into this game? Not sure really if we're going to be able to with the way we're playing, but who knows? Maybe someone off the bench. We saw the impact of the substitutes in the Euros. Yes, we don't have the same substitutes now, do we? Because those two are playing. But, you know, we've got players on the bench. We've got good players on the bench that can make a difference. You know, Rachel Daly, Jordan Nobbs potentially. In fact, Rachel Daly looks as though she might be coming on because she's getting some instructions there from one of the coaching staff. And I think Rachel Daly is going to be the next England substitute. Will she be playing up front? Russo has not really had much impact on this game, if you're honest. Lauren James has done well there, finds Ella Toon. Plays it back, though, to Kira Walsh. And that's a better ball over to that far side to Lucy Bronze. She's got Chloe Kelly outside as she finds Chloe Kelly. Chloe Kelly runs at the defence, gets a cross in, headed out there again by Australia. Defended really well, you have to say. The Australians really have defended well tonight. Esme Morgan now picks the ball up for England. Plays it to this near side. Jess Carter plays it back again. She got a head injury the other day. Oh. So that's why she had to go home. Now it's with Lauren James on this near side. To be fair, Lauren James has looked one of the more dangerous players for England since she's come on. But the ball's now back with Esme Morgan. Now it's with Lauren James again. Runs past the defender, plays the ball forward to Ella Toon. Tries to get a cross in. Again, it's good defending by Australia. I think that was Ellie Carpenter again, who's played well for Australia tonight. But it's a throw, though, to England on this near side. Jess Carter's going to take it. It's in line with the penalty area. England putting a little bit more pressure on. And the referees stopped the game. They're not quite sure what's happening. Russo and Lauren James in conversation. And Ellie Carpenter is actually going to put Claire Hunt's having to put a boot back on again on the edge of the 6-yard box. That's what the hold up is. Alva says there, how far do you think the Lionesses will go this summer? Well, playing like we are tonight, not very far at all. But if we play like we have done and we can do, then we've got a great chance of going all the way, haven't we? Certainly semi-final, final. That's what the goal's got to be, hasn't it? Anyway, this cross comes in from Lucy Bronze, headed away. I mean, Australia have been really strong defensively, haven't they? They've headed everything away. And Rasso there's committed a foul, actually, on Jess Carter. It looked as though she was going to get clear, actually. But no, England got to be looking at semi-finals minimum, really, haven't we? Let's be honest, with the squad that we've got and the way we've been playing over the last 2 or 3 years, that's got to be the minimum semi-final. And then who knows? Anyway, Lucy Bronze has done well over on that far side. Lucy Bronze, lovely little back heel. Chloe Kelly's crossed towards the 6-yard box. Again, Mackenzie Arnold's done well. She's got safe hands, this Australian goalkeeper, hasn't she? The crosses have been a little bit too close to her most of the time, and that one was again from Chloe Kelly. Lauren James was coming at that far post. She was never going to get there. Heather says, do you think the Lionesses will do better than Ireland in the World Cup? Maybe slightly better, yeah. Let's be honest. But, yeah, England, we're going to be one of the favourites to win it, let's be honest. But we are going to have to play a hell of a lot better than we are at this moment in time in this game if we're going to do much at all. But I'm sure we will when the tournament comes round. Jess Carter plays out the line. That's a good ball. Ella Toon now, can she get a cross in on this near side? Plays it back to the edge of the box. Lauren James inside the area with a shot. Good save from Mackenzie Arnold again. A little bit too close to the goalkeeper, but at least she was tested. The ball's back in the box again. Georgia Stanway. Can she get a cross in? It's deflected behind. It's a corner for England. This is much better now.
Come on.
Lauren James again. It was with the shot. This was a good move actually down this near side. Ella Toon it was. Found James inside the penalty area. So a little bit of space there. Wasn't a bad shot. A little bit too close to the keeper. Good save. Anyway, Rachel Daly's now coming on for England and Ella Toon's going off actually. So we're maybe going to be playing two up front. Really trying to go for it. You know, Sarina sometimes throws a few things in there, don't she? That unexpected, and maybe that's what she's doing now. So I think we're going to see Rachel Daly and Russo up front together, which is going to be an extra threat, isn't it? And Rachel Daly straight away is getting herself in the penalty area for this corner. And she's got her first touch. That would be good, wouldn't it? She's certainly got some goals this season, so wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, it's a corner which Georgia Stanway takes the edge of 6-yard box. Lucy Blondes with a header over the top. At least we got on the end of a cross for a change. That's probably the first time that's happened, actually. WSL Comp says there, the closer the World Cup, the more the injuries across all teams. Devastating. Yeah, and I think the reason for that is, what you got to remember is, how often do you get a Euros and a World Cup on consecutive summers? You don't usually do. There's usually a year in between. I think there's been a lot of football played. A lot of the top players haven't had any time off really. They played in the Euros, went straight into the new season. They're playing Champions League. They're playing all these international tournaments. And I think that's taken its toll, isn't it? And maybe that's one of the reasons why England have been a little bit off their game. But, you know, the World Cup's doesn't start until sort of later in July, does it? So we've got time to rest and recover and then go again for the World Cup. So hopefully we can get our team ready. But yeah, too many games. That's the problem, isn't it? Far too many games. But they want to try and milk as much as they can while they can. While it's popular, I suppose. It's going to get more popular. We don't need to, you know, sometimes less is a bit more, isn't it? You know, spread the games out a bit more. Everybody's fitter. The quality of the play is better. But anyway, we like seeing the games, but it does seem to be taking its toll. But let's hope there's no more injuries before the World Cup, because we're already one or two big players down already. Anyway, England coming forward again. Esme Morgan in possession, plays it back out to that far side to Leah Williamson, who will be desperate to make up for that mistake, won't she, one way or the other. Esme Morgan threads the ball through, looking for Lauren James again. She's done well, Lauren James. Tried to thread it on to Russo. Russo's managed to win it back. Now it's come to Chloe Kelly. Tries a shot from the edge of the box over the top on a crossbar, but at least we are now having shots at goal. We've had more shots in these last 5 minutes than we had in the whole of the game before that. And suddenly the chances are coming, and you do feel as though maybe a goal isn't going to be too far away. Russo did well there. Chloe Kelly did really well, actually. She had to take the shot early, couldn't keep it down. But that is a good effort. In fact, was that Rachel Daly had that shot? Not sure. I thought it was Chloe Kelly as well. Anyway, they just showed Rachel Daly, but anyway, maybe because she's just come on. Anyway, Esme Morgan's done well there for England. But again, we've given the ball away, and Australia now have got an opportunity for a counter-attack. That was a shot came in from distance there. Hits Leah Williamson. It's going to be a corner. And it was Katrina Gorey again. A bit greedy there, actually. She had options either side. And she went for a shot from 25 yards. She's won herself a corner, but that was a bit of an optimistic to try and score from there. And Leah Williamson it was that got the deflection. And Mary Earps couldn't quite prevent the ball going out. But it is a corner for Australia, a rare corner for them. And the last thing that we need is to score another goal, because we are 63 minutes played, so we're getting up towards the halfway point of this second half. And so far, England are still losing to that goal from Sam Kerr in the first half. And his corner comes in from that far side, curled in towards the edge of the 6-yard box, cleared away by Esme Morgan. and just Carter to try and keep this in, but she hasn't been able to because Mary Fowler's done well. Plays the ball up the line as well. Great covering defending there, actually, from Rachel Daly in her old left back position there. She was covering. Good tackle that was. Sylvia says there, what would be the solution to that tough schedule? A bigger squad? Do the men have as many games? Well, the men still do play more games. They do, but then they do have bigger squads. I think men physically are able to play more games. I think that's something that needs to be bear in mind as well. As much as everyone wants everyone to be equal and stuff like that, I think from a physical point of view, men and women aren't the same, are they? Men can probably handle playing more games than the women can. That's just unfortunately the way it is, and that needs to be taken into account as well. But yeah, the men do play more games. If you do well in the Champions League and you're in all the cups and that, you're going to play maybe 65 games in the men, whereas the women at most will probably play 45 if you did well in all the competitions. So yeah, there's obviously less league games and stuff like that, but there's still a lot of games. Probably still too many, if we're honest. But anyway, England trying to come forward now and find a way to get those tired legs moving and trying to get this equaliser. But instead, it's Australia coming forward. Sam Kerr tried to thread the ball through there to the run of Vine at the substitute, who's done well, actually, since she's come off for Australia over on that left-hand side. She's had a couple of good moments. Just Carter now on this near side for England. Plays the ball back, though, to Esme Morgan. Plays a long ball up that near side. Not a great ball, though. It's headed out again by Australia. Those balls forward just haven't been accurate enough from England on the whole. That was Morgan that time. She's got the ball again, though. The Manchester City defender plays the ball back to Mary Earps. Now it goes out to Leah Williamson. We know her quality from long balls, but she hasn't really had the opportunity to get too many forward in this game. Georgia Stanway now plays a nice 1-2 with Chloe Kelly, finds Russo. This is good from England.
Come on, this is better.
Rachel Daly's off, and Lauren James got a little bit of space on this near side, just inside the area. Lauren James is just going to be the moment, cuts inside. Again, she maybe just took a little bit too long to decide to shoot or to cross it in the end. She ran into trouble, but England have picked the ball up again. That's where she's frustrating Lauren James. She's had a good game tonight. She's looked dangerous, but she gets into those opportunities and she just doesn't make that final decision sometimes quickly enough. Anyway, that was a poor ball forward, but England have managed to pick it up. But again, some of the passes aren't great. I don't know if the pitches may be a problem. The ball don't seem to be rolling as smoothly on this pitch as maybe we're used to. I don't know whether that's
down, hasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if that's an issue, but anyway, we shouldn't be looking to make excuses. You've got to adapt to the conditions. It's the same for Australia, and I'm sure they'll probably play on worse pitches than what we do generally. Terry says the biggest difference between the men's and the women's England teams is the women have won something. Well, yeah, that's one of the biggest differences. Yeah, of course, and could well be winning something else as well in the summer. Maybe we'll have to see. But again, we've given the ball away. Hayley Rasso plays out live for Sam Kerr. Kerr puts a cross into the far post. Header comes in. It's deflected. Oh, it's in. Oh, it's there. The header there has been deflected in. It is 2-0 to Australia. The header came in from Charlotte Grant. I think it got a deflection off Leah Williamson, actually, who's having a bit of a nightmare tonight. She's played pretty well at times, but the two goals have both been down to her in a way. It was a good cross, actually, from Sam Kerr, who's got herself a goal and an assist now. And it's Charlotte Grant with a goal. And England now are looking at a first defeat under Sarina Wiegman. It was, again, it was good play from Australia. Sam Kerr on his near side put a cross in, and the fullback made a brilliant run, actually. And it took a deflection off Leah Williamson, which sent Mary Earps the wrong way. And otherwise, Mary Earps would have probably saved that. You have to say it wasn't the most powerful header, and I think Mary Earps saves it, but it's come off Leah Williamson. That's actually going to probably go down as an own goal because I think that wasn't even going on target, the original header. And England now have got a big job to do now. A WSL Conference game to forget for Leah. Yeah, it has been a game to forget for Leah. Well, but to be fair, I'd rather she had a game to forget tonight than in some of the big games Arsenal got coming up in the next few weeks. So if she's going to have a bad game, get it out of the way now so she's back on form again for the future games. But yeah, she hasn't had a great night tonight, has she, Leah Williamson? just the 2 goals, really. Anyway, England now need to get a response quickly. We've still got 22 minutes to play, but are we going to find 2 goals? And we haven't really looked like scoring one.
We're going to score one.
Australia coming forward again. They might get a 3rd goal here. Leah Williamson briefly holds up Sam Kerr. In fact, Sam Kerr was offside. She does tend to live offside, doesn't she, Sam Kerr, quite often. And she was offside again there. She got the wrong side of Leah Williamson, actually. But anyway, and WSL Comp says at least it's still World Cup prep. Yeah, it's World Cup prep. It's, you've got to look at it, it's not necessarily winning and losing games, is it? It's about what you learn from when you do lose.
Yeah, but it should learn from the other game, though.
And but we won that other game. Anyway, coming forward now, can we get a goal back? You do feel if we can score in the next 5 minutes or so, we'll give ourselves a great chance. Emerson says that they have credit the goal to Grant and not an own goal. Yeah, they did, yeah. But, I mean, it probably was on target, the header maybe, but it doesn't go in without that deflection, does it? Because Mary Earps just saves it because it was quite close to her. It was going quite close to her. So, but yeah, I mean, Leah couldn't really do a lot about that. She was just trying to block it, wasn't she? I suppose. But anyway, let's see what Sarina Wiegman's got up her sleeve now. 2-0 down. We've never been 2 goals behind under her management. So let's see if she's got anything, if she can do anything to turn this around. Looking at the bench now, you're thinking, who have we got can come on and change this game? Jordan Nobbs maybe is one. Maybe Katie Robinson could maybe throw her on. Anyway, that long ball over the top, looking for Chloe Kelly on that far side. Anyway, it drops Alicia Russo. She's done well. Russo finds Kelly. Is this going to be the moment for England? Kelly whips across it again, defended well by Australia. And then Georgia Stanway concedes a free kick. She claims she won the ball. And she probably did, but she took quite a bit of the player as well, in typical Georgia Stanway fashion. And it is going to be a free kick too. Well, she did kind of win the ball, but I think it is a free kick. I don't think she can have too many complaints. Well, actually, she didn't win the ball at all. She completely missed the ball and took out the player. But anyway, it is a free kick to Australia. And we're into the last 20 minutes now. Is Sarina Wiegman's unbeaten run of 30 games about to come to an end? Or can England find a way somehow? Melissa says, let's get Jordan some minutes. Yeah, I mean, looking at the bench, she's got to be one of the players that when you want to find a goal or something, one of the players to bring on. We don't have a lot of other attacking options now with Rachel Daly already on and Lauren Jones already on as well. And England won a free kick, a foul on Russo. Sort of challenge from behind, which is always going to be a free kick, isn't it? Let's be honest. Anyway, England have got an opportunity now on halfway to maybe try and get that ball into the box. In fact, I'm not sure what the free kick was given for there because it seemed like a fairly good tackle. But anyway, we'll take it. We have taken a free kick quickly. Morgan inside the centre circle for England. Pings the ball to this near side, looking for Lauren Jones, but she's not going to get there. And again, Australia are more determined to win the ball, aren't they? Terry says at least Stanway is showing a bit of fight. Well, yeah, she is, but
sure does.
we need a few more like her at the minute, don't we? If we're going to get ourselves back in this game. Time is running out, 72 minutes on the clock. It is England. Oh, I didn't update the score after that second goal went in. I do apologise if anyone's been watching thinking it's 1-0. It isn't actually 1-0. It's even worse than that. It is actually 2-0. It was Grant with the goal, deflected it off Leah Williamson. But now Russo, can Lauren Jones keep this ball in on the near side? She can. This could be a moment for England. Lauren Jones, can she get across in? She does towards the far post. Oh, again, it's headed clear well by Australia. You have to say their defender's been really strong. Lucy Bronze puts another cross in. Header comes in. Oh, it's just wide. Oh. Rachel Daly it was. She's so good in the air, but she couldn't direct that one into that bottom corner. Thought that was the moment there. We finally get a cross in and we win a header. It was Lucy Bronze with the cross. Rachel Daly there. Oh, she really needs to put that in the corner. In between the defenders there, free header from about 12 yards. She should be putting it in the corner, Rachel Daly, but she's put it just wide. And maybe it isn't going to be England's night tonight. And perhaps we need to start accepting that maybe. Envy says, there England nothing to prove in this friendly. Take the win, Australia. You are the host. Well, I mean, I think England have always got something to prove because, one, we're the European champions. We're one of the favourites to win the World Cup. And I do think we've always got something to prove. But, yeah, in the overall scheme of things, is this really that? Does it really matter too much? No. Do we want to lose, though? Of course we don't. But unless we find something in these last 17 minutes that remain, we will be losing for the first time in a very, very, very long time. Anyway, Australia, they've got a decent record against us, haven't they, as well? And they beat us in the Olympics, didn't they? I seem to remember. Sam Kerr had a decent game that game as well, didn't she? Anyway, Leah Williamson's got a lot of time now, plays the ball back to Mary Earps this time and gets it back again at Leah Williamson. We're coming down to the last 16 minutes of this game. Can England find 2 goals? That ball played out to that far side. And Lauren James has switched wings. And, she's got away one now. Was it a handball? Potentially from Grant. I'm not really sure what it was there, but it's a free kick to England is the main thing. And we've got an opportunity now to probably... Actually, was it handball? Maybe it was a handball. Anyway, the referee's given that free kick. And it wasn't great play from England again. And the ball's gone out for a throw to Australia over on that far side. Didn't make the most of that either, did we? Anyway, it's a throw to Australia in line with their own penalty area over on that far side. Are England going to make any more substitutions to try to salvage something from this game? Or are we just going to accept that maybe a defeat now isn't the end of the world? Leah Williamson, not been her night tonight, has it at all? She's had a lot of good nights playing for England in the last few years, but tonight won't be one she want to remember with any great fondness, will it? Esme Morgan now plays up this near side. Jess Carter gets it back again to Morgan. But England still aren't really creating too many big chances. That one from Rachel Daly a moment ago was the biggest one we've had probably since that Lauren James effort early in the second half, which brought a save from Mackenzie Arnold. England in possession again over on that far side. Leah Williamson, is she going to be able to do something to turn this around? She's got the ball again. Leah, can she put a cross in? Looks up, puts across towards the edge of the penalty. It's headed out again by Australia, but it's headed back by Jess Carter. Chloe Kelly's come to this near side now. Again, they've switched wings. Chloe Kelly lines up across. It's going to be overhit though. It's going to go out. We're high for a goal kick again. The final ball, not good enough from England tonight. And Chloe Kelly there, it was overhit that cross. And it's gone out for a goal kick. And we're into the last 14 minutes. It is England 0, Australia 2. And this impressive 30-match unbeaten run looks as though it's about to come to an end tonight in a wet and windy Brentford. Unless England can find something quite special in these last 15, 16 minutes that remain. But it's a throw to Australia, so it's not going to happen yet. And still no sign of another change for England. We've only made those 2 substitutions. Lauren Hemp was forced off early on in this game, and Lauren James come on, and Rachel Daly's replaced Ella Toone as well. And so far, no other substitutions for England, which is unusual for Sarina. Normally, she'll make a lot of changes, but she hasn't done tonight. Anyway, Australia coming forward again now up this near side, looking for a third goal, which really would kill it off now. But good defending that time again from Rachel Daly. She's been brought on to play up front, and she's done 2 or 3 good defensive bits of play already and missed that header. So she's had a big involvement in this game. Anyway, England coming forward now. Jess Carter on this near side finds Chloe Kelly. Emma says attendance 14,500. That's not too bad, is it? Again, it's a big crowd in the stadium. I'm not sure what the stadium holds at Brentford. It's 18,000 or something, isn't it? So it won't be far. Again, it's a loose pass from Esme Morgan. Surely Sam Kerr's offside. Surely she's offside.
Esme Morgan.
No, how she's played ahead of Lotte Wubben-Moy, I do not know. No, she's been pretty average. I mean, look at that. That's a terrible pass.
I'm just so used to England being so good. I think that's
but yeah, that was. She's not been great, Esme Morgan, but I don't know what Lotte Wubben-Moy's got to do to get time on the pitch for England. But anyway, Jess Carter trying to close down, and there's a space in behind her where she's vacated. Rachel Daly's dropped in, and again the ball played towards Sam Kerr. Leah Williamson does well that time. cuts that one out. And now can England build an attack? We've got 12 minutes to play. It's a big 12 minutes for England if we're going to try and save ourselves here. Another poor ball forward.
They can't even pass to each other.
That was Georgia Stanway. It has been poor from England this tonight. Poor. Really, really poor. Anyway, Kira Walsh now. Again, that's a loose ball over that far side. It's cut out too easily. But England do win the ball back with Lucy Bronze, who's probably one of England's best players actually tonight. She's coming forward again.
Come on.
Brilliant play from Lucy Bronze there. Tried to find Russo, but couldn't get the ball back. And Australia again clear it away. But that's a loose pass from Australia this time. And now Jess Carter can come forward, finds Chloe Kelly. The game's a little bit more stretched now. Some tired legs out there. Not great conditions, really. Anyway, Rachel Daly plays the ball. Again, it's a poor pass. This time from Rachel Daly. It's gone out for a throw to Australia. England just not been on their game at all tonight. We just thought it was just going to be the first half and we'd improve in the second half, but that hasn't been the case. We've been slightly better in the second half, a little bit, but not enough at all, really. And anyway, that throw to Australia, and they've managed to keep the ball, but it's gone out now for a throw to England. Jess Carter's going to take it on this near side. There's still time if England can score a goal soon. We'll have plenty of time to still try and find another one to at least salvage a draw, which, would be something, I suppose. Anyway, Leah Williamson plays the ball square to Kira Walsh. Now it's with Jess Carter on this near side. And again, it's not a great ball, but Esme Morgan should pick that up. Finds Kira Walsh again. Plays the ball over the top, looking for the run of Rachel Daly. But again, it doesn't reach her. And Australia clear it away. England now putting some pressure on. Chloe Kelly puts the pressure on there. But Australia again managed to come away with the ball. To be fair, they've played well, Australia, tonight. And England have been off their game, and the combination of the two has resulted in this result so far of 2-0 to Australia. But now England coming forward, looking to see if we can manage to get a goal back. But Rachel Daly tried to flick it into the path, and suddenly now Australia have got an opportunity here to maybe get the third goal. The ball played into the box too. Sam Kerr. Good defending that time from Leah Williamson, but England still managed to get the ball away. Lucy Bronze has come across there, took the ball off Mary Fowler, and England got away with one a little bit there because Australia had a player over, looked as though they was going to get the third goal, which would have finished it off. And I guess as England maybe try and push on a little bit more, there's always that chance that Australia can get a third on the break. But we haven't really played well enough anyway, if we're honest. And I think we might just have to accept it being one of them days. And if it is one of them days, let's have it now rather than when it really matters in the World Cup. Anyway, Leah Williamson now in possession. Plays the ball to Kira Walsh. Another poor ball from Kira Walsh. She's been dreadful tonight, you have to say. She's been terrible with her passing.
It's hard to see who's been good.
And now Sam Kerr up this near side for Australia. They're not in any rush, Australia now. They're just slowing it down. No, they're quite happy.
I'll be happy if I was there.
Melissa says really missing Bright right about now. Yeah, well, we could have thrown her up front, couldn't we? As much as anything else. Just stick her up front for the last 10 minutes.
Greenwood, Bright.
Yeah, Mead. We're missing a lot of players. And you can kind of tell we're not looking anywhere near our usual selves, are we? But anyway, let's see if we can find something. 8 minutes to play. Who knows? Anything's possible with this team. We've seen it so many times, but this has been the worst we've played under Sarina, without a shadow of a doubt, by a long, long way. Worst performance for a very long time. For England anyway. Leah Williamson striding forward, though, as she would love to try and help England back into this game. Suddenly, Alicia Russo inside the box, tries a shot, it's blocked. Again, the yellow Australian wall at the back has been very, very hard to breach tonight. And you've got to give them credit as well as much as anything else.
They really well.
Long ball over the top, but that's going to be too long. It's going to run through to Mary Earps. And, Australia have been a better team. I think overall they've been a better team. And sometimes it happens.
Credit where credit's due.
Let's hope that this doesn't happen in the World Cup. Chloe Kelly now on his near side goes past the defender Carpenter, but she doesn't because Carpenter gets the ball back off her. The Leon defender. Oh, and there is going to be a change now with 7 minutes to play. It is Jess Park who's going to be coming on for England. And Jess Carter's coming off. So one Jess for another Jess. And Jess Park's coming on. So a slight change of formation perhaps for England, taking off a defender. And Lotte Ruben-Wise come on actually as well. Maybe she's come on for...
who's gone off for...
I'm not sure who came off for Park. But anyway, England won a throw. Are these substitutions going to make the difference? So Esme Morgan's gone to left back and Lotte Ruben-Wise gone to centre back. And I'm not sure who's gone off for Jess Park actually. But anyway, we will figure it out, I'm sure. England have now got a free kick. But Jess Park has come on.
I don't know who's gone off.
Not sure who's gone off. Oh, they're going to let us know now. So Jess Carter's gone off and Jess Park's come on. And Lotte Ruben-Wise come on as well. Didn't see who else went off. Was it Kira Walsh, maybe? Not sure. Anyway, an Australia player's looks like got a bit of cramp and is going to receive some treatment. Chloe says, I feel like the team has lost its rhythm in the last few matches. Really missing some key players. Yeah, we are missing some key players. We're looking tired as well. I think we've got to bear that in mind as well. Colonel says there, I think we need to learn, unfortunately, for ladies, that the European teams are not as good as the Japan, Brazil, USA and Aussie women's international games need to again. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really sure. Sam Kerr's about to go off, I think, for Australia, is she? She's come over to this near side. I'm not sure if she's going to be taken off. But anyway, it was her goal in the first half that gave Australia the lead. Bad mistake from Leah Williamson. And then Sam Kerr crossed for the second. In fact, she's not going off. She just came over to speak to the manager. Anyway, there's 5 minutes to play. And Sarina seems almost to have accepted her fate tonight, that maybe it is not going to be England's night and maybe we are going to suffer a defeat. Australia are making a substitution, though. It's going to be Claire Wheeler to come on. And Vine's going off. The substitute who came on actually looked pretty decent, Courtney Vine, but she's hobbling off.
Looks injured.
And Claire Wheeler is coming on, who plays for Everton, of course, in the WSL. Another WSL player on the pitch. Anyway, England now with Georgia Stanway whips across in, but that's going to go all the way through to Mackenzie Arnold. Her balls have not been good enough. Melissa says there, thank you, Richard and Paula. I should probably get back to work now. Have a great evening. Hope to tune in with you during the World Cup. Yeah, look forward to seeing you again. Thanks for tuning in. Come on, you gunners, indeed. Emerson says, Walsh is still on. ITV put Ruben-Wise name on by mistake. Oh, did they? Oh, Ruben-Wise hasn't come on.
Oh, mate.
I just noticed she'd come across the left back. Morgan. But anyway, no. Yeah, it looks like the Ruben-Wise didn't come on.
Oh, right.
So BBC get the names wrong on the players that are playing, and ITV get the substitutions wrong. So one day they'll actually get things right, won't they? But anyway, we'll have to wait for that probably a little bit longer. But yeah, Walsh is on the pitch. Jess Park now with her first touch, finds Chloe Kelly. And Jess Park's going to get it back. She knows she isn't, because Australia again have won the ball. Jess Park battling away a little bit too much there. She pulled some shirts and got herself giving away a free kick. And we're into the last 3 minutes of normal time. And England are heading to a first defeat under Sarina Wiegman. It's going to take something really special now, isn't it, in these last few minutes? But we are into the last 3 minutes of normal time. And Australia have got a free kick. And they are looking to try to get a third goal, potentially. And that would really kill things off, wouldn't it? But anyway, let's see what happens with this free kick. It's going to be Gorey taking it. Katrina Gorey on this near side for Australia, whipping it in. It's a not really good enough delivery, though. Straight into the arms of Mary Earps. Wants to look for a ball forward, but there's no one really, not much movement ahead of her. So instead, she just rolls it short to Leah Williamson. And England just not really looking as though we've got the fight left in us to come back into this game, you have to say. Esme Morgan now plays the ball up this near side. Looks for Chloe Kelly, finds Chloe Kelly, gets it back again. But England keeping the ball square, which is not where it needs to be. Time is very much against us. Lucy Bronze plays the ball forward to Alicia Russo. Holds it up, plays it out to that far side to Lauren James. Now it's with Lucy Bronze. Can England find a goal back now? Jess Park couldn't get it under control, and Australia again have won it back. They have been strong all over the pitch, the Australians, tonight. WSL comp says there, France women 2, Canada 0. Well, France are going to be a threat in the World Cup, aren't they? Anyway, England now coming forward again on this near side with Jess Park, who's looked pretty lively since he's come on. She's got clear now. Jess Park on this near side. Is this going to be a moment? Pulls the ball back to Russo inside the box. Russo's shot is blocked. You have to say Russo hasn't been given an inch in this game tonight.
No,
they have marked her out of the game, and she hasn't had an opportunity at all. Lovely play that was, though. Jess Park on this near side pulled the ball back to Russo, but she was closed down by 2 defenders straight away. And then the shot comes in, it's blocked. It is going to be a corner, though, to England. And Rasso's been booked for Australia. But England have got a corner. We're into the last minute of the 90. It was a foul there on Chloe Kelly just before the build-up to that move. And England need to score this corner if we're going to have any chance towards the penalty spots. Flick forward by Lucy Bronze. It's still inside the penalty area. And Australia haven't managed to get it away, but they have now. England claimed a handball in there as well at one point. And when the shot came in, it struck Ellie Carpenter, but I don't think it was a handball. But England still in possession with Esme Morgan. We're about to see what injury time there is. Probably not going to be enough to save us from this game. Anyway, Chloe Kelly now whips a decent cross in. Good goalkeeping again from Mackenzie Arne over the far side. Lauren James puts it back in. No England player on the end of it. And again, Australia clear it away for a corner. At least England have tried in these last few minutes, trying to get something back. Again, Mackenzie Arnold done well on a cross there. Managed to get that one away. And when it was put back in again by Lauren James, nobody was there to finish it off. Emerson says their friendly match of the night was Sweden versus Norway 3-3. Wow. Shame we haven't had more goals like that here. Anyway, this corner comes into the near post. It's flicked on by Russo. It's gone behind. There's going to be 4 minutes of stoppage time. We've just gone into that now. And England looks like there's 2 balls on the pitch now. And I bet we couldn't score if we played with 2 balls. Anyway, the goalkeeper, Mackenzie Arnold, has just been booked by the referee for apparently time wasting. And there was 2 balls on the pitch there very briefly. Chloe says they're trying to keep myself up and in good spirits for the Ireland game tonight, but this isn't a great start. Well, no, it isn't a great start, but things can only maybe get better from here. Colonel says they're playing Football Manager while listening to you commentating. It's been good, thank you. No, thank you very much again, as always, mate, for tuning in. Good to see you again. Anyway, England coming forward now with Chloe Kelly. Is this going to be the moment? Chloe Kelly on the edge of the box. Oh, she shot over the bar. She had options either side. And again, England making the wrong choices in the final third again. That was a good move, though. Chloe Kelly did well, but she had options there either side. She had Jess Park, Lauren and Alicia Russo, and instead she tried the shot when really she probably wasn't going to score from there. Terry says there, a goal-scoring threat seemed to leave the pitch when Hemp went off. Yeah, we didn't have a lot before then, although she did look pretty lively, you have to say. Yeah. But be interesting to see how this affects everybody. You know, England losing a game, because we haven't lost for a long time. Sarina's never lost as England manager, so it's going to be interesting to see how we react to that, how we respond. Sam Kerr is now limping off, actually, which could be good news for Arsenal in terms of her missing games for Chelsea, potentially. But she is limping off, Sam Kerr. Hopefully it's not a too serious injury, but if she misses a couple of games for Chelsea, we certainly wouldn't mind. But we'll see what happens with that. But Sam Kerr has hobbled off in these last few minutes here. And England now, the ball played forward by Lucy Bronze. It's flicked on by Rachel Daly to Chloe Kelly. Chloe Kelly gets it back again on this near side. Can she get across in again? She put some good balls in. That's another decent ball. Again, it's headed away, though. Ball comes into the box. Georgia Stanway. Oh, it's gone just wide. That's about as close as we've come, actually, in this second half. Georgia Stanway bursting onto that ball. Fired a shot in. Just wide it was. She did really well there, Georgia Stanway. It was curling in, but it was too late. It curled past that post. And she did well, Georgia Stanway there, bursting through, but wasn't able to find the target. That kind of sums up the night, really, you have to say, for England. We've got a minute of stoppage time left, and I think we have to accept now. I think we have to accept now that the unbeaten run, the 30-game unbeaten run, is about to be over. We are into the final minute of stoppage time. It is England 0, Australia 2. Chloe says, this team is all about mentality. I fear this loss may affect them a good bit, especially Leah. Well, hopefully it won't affect Leah going forward for Arsenal. I mean, we haven't got there's not another England game for a little while, is there? So we've got a chance to regroup, I suppose. But Kerr and Rasso have both gone off, and Shidiak and Nevin have come on. Clive says, great defence by Matildas, keeping the Lionesses from scoring. Yeah, they've done well. Sonia says, come on, enjoy it until celebrating injury to Sam Kerr. Well, I wasn't celebrating the injury. I was just saying it might be good news for Arsenal. I said, I hope it's not a bad injury. I'm sure it won't be. But if she misses a game or two, it's, won't be too bad, will it? We're missing plenty of players. Anyway, England have won a free kick just on it's about 10 yards outside the penalty area. But even if we score now, we've played the 4 minutes of stoppage time. So I'm not too sure if it's going to make any difference to the final outcome of this game. But it is an opportunity for England to at least get a goal, something to cheer tonight. It's going to be Georgia Stanway with his free kick. It's actually just on the edge of the Australia penalty area. Well, now, it's about 10 yards outside. But great opportunity it is to fire that round that wall. And England may well get a goal, but it may well be too late if we do. Georgia Stanway with this free kick. It's a good free kick straight at the goalkeeper. And that will be that. We're not even going to get a consolation goal from this game. It wasn't a great free kick. It went round the wall, but it was straight at the goalkeeper. He's played well, you have to say, Mackenzie Arnold tonight for Australia. In fact, most of them have, to be honest. Emma says Kerr will be playing next weekend in the FA Cup semi-final. Just gone off as a result. Well, she was limping off, actually. She did limp off a little bit. So she did seem to have got a knock. It could have been cramp, I suppose, in which case it won't be no problem, will it? And there goes the full-time whistle. England's unbeaten run, impressive as it's been, has finally come to an end against what you have to say was a very, very impressive Australia team. They were strong in defence, they were strong in midfield, and they had a threat up front, obviously, in Sam Kerr, as we know. And in the end, they've won the game by 2-0. It was Sam Kerr, got that goal in the first half, mistake by Leah Williamson, a poor back header to the goalkeeper, and Sam Kerr was in to knock the ball home. And then in the second half, it was a counter-attack across from Sam Kerr this time from the near side. And it found that the fullback, Charlotte Grant, who headed it towards goal, I think Mary Ertz would have saved it, but it deflected off Leah Williamson and went in. And England have lost for the first time in a very long while. Sam Kerr there and Lauren James obviously know each other very, very well. Just congratulating each other there. Colonel says, do you think the Arsenal women can beat we beat Bayern, it's Wolfsburg we're playing. And yes, I do think we can beat Wolfsburg, yeah. I do think we can. But we'll have to see. We've got a few injuries still. If we can get everybody fit that's potentially can be fit, if we can get Caitlin Ford fit and Steph Catley fit, and potentially Kim Little as well. I'm not sure if she's going to be, but if we've got a good squad to choose from, I think we can beat them. Yeah, I think we've got the right mentality at the minute, and I think we can. But it won't be easy. But yeah, I think we can, and let's hope we do. Emma said Australia back for helping them through the match, and credit goes to them, as that was a difference. That was, you're right. They defended. Well, I thought there was two differences. One, Australia did defend very well, and I thought two, we gave the ball away far too easily at times, and we made our own problems. Both goals wasn't great. It was
both our faults for them.
Yeah, the two goals wasn't great, and we didn't create enough chances. We didn't get the ball forward quick enough. In the second half, we had a few more opportunities, a few more shots, but yeah, we couldn't manage to find a goal. And yeah, we've lost, and it wasn't really. That was probably the fair result on the night. WTL comment says, "What was Kim Little injury?" Well, not really sure what injury it was. She got injured in that game against Bayern Munich, wasn't it? Or was it her ankle potentially? I'm not sure, but yeah, they were saying she might be out for the rest of the season, which would be a big blow, wouldn't it? Colonel says we sold like 30,000 tickets. Should be good. Yeah, I think 32,000 as so far. We're going to that game actually on the semi-final. It's going to be good. So looking forward to that one. at the Emirates. Should be a great night. If Arsenal can go through, it'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Terry says, to be fair, England didn't deserve nothing from that game. We seem weak and lethargic. Yeah, lethargic, I would say, 100%. Emerson says, Kim, injuries on knee. Was it a knee? Was it? Is it 36,000 now? I'm sure it's 32,000 earlier today. So they're going quickly. I think it's going to sell out. Actually, I think it'll be there'll be over 50,000 there for that game. It is going to be a great night, and let's hope from the first leg Arsenal's still in with a chance. That's what we want to see, don't we? If we've got a draw over there or a narrow 1-goal defeat as we did against Bayern, then the place will be rocking, and I think we can do it. But we'll have to see if these injuries could be key, because we've got some key players out still, haven't we? And you saw that with England. You miss 2 or 3 good players, and it makes a massive difference to how well you can play and what you can achieve. And tonight wasn't quite good enough from England, was it? It wasn't quite good enough at all. And yeah, we had to lose eventually. But anyway. Hi Richard. Oh, it's with gender, is it? Are you under a different? You're under a different name. What's going on? Anyway, good to see you. I don't know if you what you've made of that game. It wasn't a great England performance, was it? But when you haven't lost for 30 games, I guess you're going to lose eventually. And we just need to say, right, okay, put that one behind us. Not a great night for us, and we move forward, and hopefully we can come back and be stronger in the World Cup and learn from these mistakes. And I think that's what we need to do. But yeah, not great. Emma said, looking forward to seeing you at Wolfsburg, home leg, pending where you're going to be on the night. I think we're in block 2, 2 or 3. We're getting tickets from the supporters club, so I think it's block 2 or block 3. I'm not sure. I haven't got a ticket yet, but yeah, that's where we'll be. So looking forward to that one. Regina says that was a good, strong performance by Australia. That was. You're right. They did play well, but we wasn't at our best, was we? I think a fully functioning England team, I think, can beat that Australia team. I really do. As good as they played, I really do think that if we were at our best with our players fit, I think we would have won. But yeah, I mean, ultimately we didn't, and we lost, and that's it. And it is only a friendly, so we don't need to, get too upset about it or worry too much about it. It's a bad performance. It happens, and we've lost. But anyway, it wasn't great, was it? And 2 sloppy goals to concede. Leah Williamson.
Faces and all that.
Yeah, I mean, Leah Williamson wasn't at her best tonight, was she, the captain? But she was due a poor game at some stage, and I say maybe I'd rather it was tonight than any other game, so that's fine. Colonel says, I'm just glad Jonas has been able to turn it around. Yeah, he's doing well. Clive says, thanks for Paula for a great time. Great win for Matildas. Stopped everything just to tune in. Can't wait for Sunday's clash. Yeah, another big game on Sunday. Barry says, this was the last England game before World Cup. No, I think there's more. Leah Williamson's talking. Let's listen to Leah Williamson.
I think we looked like we were lacking ideas a little bit on the ball. Definitely could be better. We got punished, obviously,
to get
my mistake, first goal. And they were pretty ruthless on the counter. So yeah, I think just we could have had a little bit more about us tonight, I think.
Why do you think you were lacking ideas?
I think it's football, like sometimes you're going to have those games, but I think they were well organised. We just weren't, I think efficiency was the word Sarina used, we just weren't as efficient as we usually are. So, maybe just we need to figure out why.
Is that the toughest night you've personally had in an England shirt?
Yeah. I think I'm not really one for dwelling on personal things. Like, as part of the game, I choose to be a professional footballer. I choose to put myself in positions where I need to not do those things to be successful, and that first goal that probably made it worse for me than everybody else. But I think the whole team feels really, really rubbish about losing. It hurts.
But you're up against one of the best players in the world in Sam Kerr. How hard was she to stop tonight?
Yeah, and to be fair, I thought we nullified the threat pretty well as a collective in the back four. Obviously gifted that goal. So I think you play top teams, you play watching it again. Thanks for having that in front of me. I think
but she sounds good, doesn't she?
Against best players, and when they're on form, they punish it, and that's what happened to us tonight.
The World Cup feels very close. Is tonight a setback?
Absolutely not a setback. To be honest, sometimes you have to take blessings in disguise, and I think maybe that's not the worst thing that could happen to us. We want to learn. We wanted to learn this whole time. We wanted to be pushed to our limit, and we need to take it up a new level. So in the past year, we've won those games, we turned them around, but actually tonight to lose, it gives you a bit of fire, which is what we were speaking about the other day.
Thanks, Leah. I appreciate you coming to talk to us. Thank you. Experience and the England captain, obviously.
Lesson there for a few players that won't come and do an interview when they've had a poor game, made a mistake, and Leah Williamson straight up there. She talked about it and admitted it's her fault. And we know it was a rare mistake from her, to be fair. And an off night for several of the England players. It wasn't just her, was it? There was a few.
No, quite a lot, actually.
Emma says at least Williamson is honest, and ICV has answered your prayers. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame that she had to talk about a mistake, but there you go. Club level for me and two friends. I can meet you anywhere before the match, as most are going to the toilet. And yeah, I mean, we'll probably be around there. It gets quite busy, though, doesn't it? The toilet on a match day, that's the only thing, but we can sort something out, I'm sure. James could be a star player if she improves her decisions. Exactly, yeah. Those final decisions in the final third. Exactly, yeah. That's she's got a lot of the right characteristics to be a top player. You know, she's strong. She can run with the ball. She can take people on. She can cross. She can shoot. She can score goals. But yeah, sometimes she just makes those wrong decisions, doesn't she? She'll take too long to decide whether to shoot, whether to cross. Sometimes she'll shoot when she should cross and cross when she should shoot. And it's just learning. She's a young player, and I think she's got a lot of the attributes to become a really good player. At the moment, she's still a little bit raw, and she's got improvements to make. And hopefully, she can make those improvements. Will it be quick enough for her to make a real big impact in the World Cup? We'll have to wait and see. But without Beth Mead, we need somebody to step up, don't we, and take that position, take that role. And she's maybe the nearest player that we've got who can maybe fulfil that role, because she can go past players and causes problems to the defence more than anyone else tonight. I thought when she was on, she didn't necessarily create a lot, but at least she was prepared to get the ball and run at people. And that didn't happen enough tonight, did it? And that was one of the reasons why we didn't create anywhere near enough chances, and why it was quite comfortable for Australia to hold on to the lead. And
I think they were defensively really good.
Yeah, they were really good, yeah. Terry says, going to watch your grassroots football drone vlog to take the sadness away from England. It's the first one I've done. It was an idea that I've had to do it. I've put it together. I'm happy with it, but I know I can make better ones in the future, and I'll keep trying to do them. But yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy it, Terry. I'm sure you will. There's some good footage on there anyway, which is the main thing.
So you made love to me.
Leah's partner Morgan was poor in passing, and they were trying too long passes. Yeah, no, she was. Morgan wasn't great. That's why I thought Lotta Wilder should have played, because I just thought it would have been a better option, but who knows. WSL conference, was Alex Greenwood injured? Didn't see her today. Yeah, she got a head injury against Brazil right at the end. She fell down and landed on her head, didn't she? And she got sent home from the squad, so she wasn't available to play. But so Lotta Wilder should have played. I said that at the start, and for once, Sarina got something wrong. You should have listened to me. Terry says, with the players we have missing, the difference seems massive. Yeah. When you're missing some top players, bearing in mind, Millie Bright at the back, would we have conceded those 2 goals with Millie Bright playing?
No, because Millie usually wins everything.
Probably not, but we'll never know. But it's more about the lack of creativity tonight, I thought. Looks at that front three, Kelly, Russo and Hemp, and it's our best front three that we've got available at the moment.
I think Hemp did well when she was on.
Yeah, she did. Hemp did do well. It was a shame she got injured and had to go off, because she could have been the difference maker in that game. But we'll never know now, because she got injured and that's it. But yeah, we didn't look on our game at all. And unfortunately tonight, although we've got a strong squad, when we looked at the bench, when we were losing the game, who realistically could we have brought on that's going to make a massive difference? Rachel Daly was the only one, and she came on. And obviously Lauren James as well, she'd come on already. So yeah, that was it. You look beyond that, and it's like in a game like that, when you're trying to come from behind and get back into a game, you need big players that you can bring off the bench. We had it in the Euros, didn't we? That's how we won the Euros after time, because we had some quality on the bench that could come on make a difference. And tonight we didn't really have enough players that can make a difference, and that's why we've lost. Virginia says the Aussie goalkeeper was brilliant and was enjoying herself, smiling all the time. Yeah, she had a great game, but she's a great goalkeeper, Mackenzie Arnold. She always has been. When she's played for West Ham, she's a great goalkeeper. And yeah, you know, that's part of the game, isn't it? We're playing in a World Cup. We're going to come up against great goalkeepers, and we've got to do better. Some of them crosses were far too close to her.
Some were just straight out.
Yeah, and the shots weren't great either, were they? So it was just one of them nights. Let's be honest, we've not had too many, have we? In the last few years, in fact, we hadn't had any at all. So, you know, we can't go over the top about one particular.
It's just a friendly as well. So
yeah, yes. The second half, Brazil was a worry on top of this. You have to say as well. The second half against Brazil and in this game is a little bit of a worry when the World Cup's coming up, but. Let's get it out of the way now. Let's put those things to practice, work on the mistakes, and hopefully we can improve and be better next time. Terry says, what has Lotte Wooden got to do to get a run out? Exactly, I don't know. I really don't know. Andrew says Australia was missing Ford and Catley. No, they were. That's a fair point. They were missing, I think, a couple of others as well. And they produced a really good performance. And, you know, you've got to give them credit for that. Yeah, they were missing Ford and Catley, who are two brilliant players, as we know. But
we were missing more than two good players.
Yeah, we are. And we looked a little bit disjointed, didn't we? But, you know, you've got a squad of players and they've got to be able to step up and do a job if they're needed. And tonight, some of them didn't really cover themselves a lot of glory, did they? I didn't think Jess Carter was brilliant. Esme Morgan wasn't great. You know, yes,
Kira Wolf didn't have a good game.
No, Kira Wolf didn't have a good game. Ella Toon didn't have a good game. Julia Stanway didn't have a good game. These are players that we can rely on. You know, and Russo, was marked out of the game. Didn't really get an opportunity. Lauren Hemp got injured. And Chloe Kelly, I thought Chloe Kelly did all right. Put some balls into the box. Yeah, Bronze played well. But other than that, you're scratching around to try to find any positives from that performance, really, aren't we? But I thought Lauren James was probably our best player, actually, if I'm honest. She was the one that looked like she could make something happen. She was prepared to run at defenders and cause problems. It didn't come off, but at least she was prepared to give it a go. Terry says, a spot on Andrew Fordy would have ran right tonight. Yeah, she probably would have done. The way that we played tonight, it could have been worse. If she'd played, potentially it could have been. But it is what it is. You know, we've lost, and maybe Leah Williams was right what she said there. Maybe it could be a blessing in disguise because I think sometimes when you haven't lost for a long time,
you get complacent, don't you?
Yeah, sometimes you get a little bit complacent. Sometimes you expect to win without having to put the necessary work in to enable you to win. And maybe we got sucked into that a little bit over the last couple of games. And this could be a good lesson to learn and think, right, okay, if we're going to win the World Cup, we can't play like that ever again. And that could be a good lesson because it's something to look back on and say, that's what we've got to avoid doing. So maybe Leah's right. We'll have to see what happens. We're not going to know, are we? Andrew says Australia isn't a pushover. Absolutely not. Look at who their WSL trained players are, plus Carpenter is back. Yeah, no, you're right. We said before the game they've got a lot of WSL experience in their team. And you can see they are a good team. And they're at home in the World Cup. They're going to be a threat. There's no doubt about that. But I do feel that the best England team beats Australia. I really do. I do feel that. Even tonight, as good as they were, I do feel with our strongest team playing at the top of our game, I think we can, if we play Australia in the World Cup with our strongest team, I think I'll be confident that we can win that game. It won't be easy, but I think we can win. But now Australia are a good side. They play good football. They're strong, well organised. And, you know, if we think back a year when we were preparing for our home tournament, we were looking like that, wasn't we? We were looking strong. We were looking organised. We were looking ready to give our best for a home tournament. And you can see that Australia are building up to that themselves now. So they're going to be difficult to beat. But I still think we're a better team than they are. When we've got everybody fit and firing, I think we are. But football sometimes doesn't work like that, does it? One-off game, you know, you can lose easily. And when you're playing up, as Leah said there, when you're playing up against top players, good players, you make mistakes, you get punished. And they have got one of the best goal scorers in the world, haven't they? Who scored the goal tonight. So, but yeah, it wasn't to be England's night. You know, unfortunately, that is the way it goes. We've lost finally under Sarina. Maybe will it be a blessing in disguise? We'll have to see.
I'd like to see what she's going to say.
Are they going to interview Sarina?
Hopefully.
I'll be quite interested to see what Sarina's got to say about that. But we'll see. If they interview Sarina, we'll stay and listen to it. Otherwise,
I've got to listen to her.
otherwise we won't. But I do want to hear what she's got to say.
Definitely.
Oh,
Serena.
they're interviewing her now.
Your perspective.
I think most of all that they were very efficient in the chances they got. I think we gave them chances.
Yeah.
But most of all in possession, I think we were a little bit too slow. Like they waited for us. And then you need dynamics, you need runs, opposite movements, being tight on the ball. We wanted to switch play quicker, so they need to run. So you get some space, stretch them in width and stretch them in depth. But we didn't do that well enough, although we did create some chances. But we just in the final third and also before those moments, we just weren't good enough.
Why do you think you were slow in possession and just weren't quite at it today?
Well, I don't have the reason for that. We spoke about it at halftime. We need to be quicker. We need to bring, you use the word energy, but why? Yeah, energy. So pass quicker, switch quicker from side to side, but also in front of the ball, we needed to stretch them and run behind, and then also trying to get the pockets open because they were really tight. But then at moments we also lost the ball a little quick, especially later on in the second half too. But reasons for that. I have to see. I have to think about it a little longer.
Are you disappointed with how you conceded both goals?
Well, of course, the first one, like the circumstances were hard. Like it was very slippery, and it was a hard ball. We had to be ruthless. But yeah, sometimes a mistake happens. You don't want to make that mistakes a lot, but sometimes that happens. And then I thought we controlled the game. We didn't play great, but we did control the game. And the second one, there was a great counter-attack, and they were a little bit lucky too, but we have to do a little better. So they get lucky, but they're also there. And we had lots of crosses, but they won all these headers.
What's the latest on Lauren Hemp?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know yet. I haven't heard about that. I don't know. I don't think it's too bad, but we didn't want it to stay on the pitch.
And just finally, with the World Cup on the horizon, how much is today's result a worry or concern?
Well, as you know, from wins and this is the first time we lose. We take always learnings because also in the games we won or we tied, we see things that go well, and we also see things that we have to do better, and we know we have to improve to be at our best at the World Cup. So every game is a learning, and this one was a big one, I think.
Thanks, Sarina. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
It definitely was a big learning, and it has to be a big learning because we can't play like that at the World Cup, or we definitely won't be winning it. Andrew says, good luck to both sides. Injuries are key. Yeah, they are, of course. Just beat Spain. We'd like to beat Spain again, but we'll see. We'll have to play a lot better than that, won't we?
That was tight, that game.
WSL Comp says, Spain are really cooking, even with all their star players banned. And Andrew says, their B team is potent too. Yeah, I mean, Spain are a good side. But there's a lot of good sides in the World Cup, isn't there? And we're one of them, let's be honest. Let's not get down for one defeat. We are still a great side, and we are still going to be one of the favourites to win the World Cup. And in a tournament, it's all, when it gets to the knockout stage, it's all about those one-off games, isn't it? And I think tactically, Sarina can negotiate that. She did it before. She won the Euros, got to the World Cup final in the next tournament. So, and I think this England team are probably a better squad than that Netherlands squad. Personally, I think we are. Yeah, so I think we've got a chance, but it's going to be difficult. We know that. It's going to be tough, but I'm still confident that England can. I would say, as I said before, semi-final for me has got to be the aim of minimum. And then if you're in a semi-final, who knows? You've got a great chance, haven't you? We've lost a few semi-finals in recent tournaments. We won one last time, so we'll have to see. But
just have to one
we need to improve. We need to improve from tonight and from Brazil game second half. So. Maybe we've just run out of legs a little bit, tired, lacking ideas, as Leah said.
Tired.
Yeah, and maybe there's a little break now for England, and maybe we need it, and then can regroup, looking ahead to the World Cup. So not a great night for England tonight, but we've had plenty of great nights, haven't we? Let's see. Andrew says, do you guys in England get to see USA Ireland in a few hours? I'm not really sure. I don't think it's on telly yet. I'm not sure if it's on the telly. I'm not actually sure, to be honest, but I'll be going to bed anyway, so I won't be watching it. But I'm not even sure if it's on.
10
To be
o'clock
honest.
now.
But no, I'm sure it'll be a good game. But anyway, not a great night for England. What did you make of it all?
No, I'm not happy. Not happy with the result, but
We didn't play well, did we?
no. Disappointing, that's it. Disappointing.
Yeah, it was disappointing, but
Yeah.
there's not been too many out there. We can't really complain too much. You know,
I think it's just
we've lost one.
different players now, though, from the original England squad.
Yeah, it
You know,
was.
when you expect
It was.
them
I mean,
to play like the originals.
yeah, but I mean, from that starting lineup, it's only really two players. I mean, Esme Morgan and Jess Carter were in, where normally we'd probably
No,
have had
we'd have
Alex
Greenwood
Greenwood and
in.
Millie Bright, wouldn't we?
Yeah,
And
Millie.
obviously, they're not as good, those two.
Beth.
That's not the only reason we lost, though, is it? Really? I suppose.
No.
But yeah, I mean, we need to do better, and I'm sure we
I
will.
mean, Kira's much better than that normally.
Yeah, she is. I thought she was not
Definitely.
that great against Brazil, actually. But anyway, you know, it is what it is. We've lost, and we can't change the result. We just have to
Just learn
look
from
ahead.
it.
Barry says, adios from San Diego. See you next time. Yeah, thank you very much, mate. Good to see you. I look forward to seeing you again. Don't forget, give us a like before you go as well, if you haven't done so already. And why not subscribe to the channel as well?
Subscribe and like.
Yeah, subscribe, because that's what it's all about. Terry says, night, Barry. Yeah, indeed. It's probably daytime in San Diego anyway, not nighttime, is it? Probably. I don't know, actually. But anyway, that is it then for tonight. Not what we really wanted from the result, but, you know, it is what it is. We lost. Finally, we've lost the game. It's only a friendly. It's not the end of the world. And we know, as Sarina said, we know what we need to improve now going forward. And hopefully we'll make those improvements and we'll be better for it. Anyway, that's it for now. Don't forget, tomorrow night on the channel, Melvin is back with Highbury Matters. That is going to be a fantastic show because it covers the period between 1996 and 1998. And for those of you who remember, that actually wasn't a bad couple of years for Arsenal, was it? Arsene Wenger came in and we won the double. So there you go. So we're going to be looking back on all of that stuff tomorrow. Melvin's got a special guest joining him. That's at 8 o'clock. So please join him for that. Then I'll be back on Friday with the Arsenal Women's Weekly, looking ahead to the Manchester United game, looking back on this game as well with the guys, and also, of course, the big semi-final coming up as well against Wolfsburg. We'll have a little look into that as well. Andrew says, chill guys, you had 6 and then 7 Euro players out. Lots to come. No, exactly. I'm not too worried yet. It was disappointing tonight, but I'm sure we'll be better in the World Cup. So yeah, lots coming up on the channel. Sunday is the next watch along, isn't it? The Arsenal are playing West Ham away. That's going to be a big game, isn't it? So join us for that as well. Loads of great stuff coming up. And if you do quite like grassroots football grounds, then I've done a vlog video on the other channel. So maybe go and check that out as well if you enjoy that sort of thing. It's quite a good little video. So that'll be nice. We've got a comment there from Richie, which I don't really understand. But anyway, thank you for it nonetheless. So yeah, that's it for tonight, and thank you very much for joining us. Don't forget to give us a like before you go, and if you are new, please subscribe and join Melvin tomorrow, because that is always a great show if you like Arsenal history, especially some great moments in the past from history. Regeneration says, see you for the next game. Yeah, cheers, mate. Speak to you soon. Terry says, night, Richard Plus, all in the chat. Come on, you Gunners and Go Girls. Indeed, some big games coming up in the next few weeks, isn't there? It's going to be exciting. It's going to be tense, and we're going to enjoy it all. So join us for all of those great stuff that's coming up. And who knows, maybe a few more trophies for Leah Williamson to lift as well as we go forward over the next few weeks. We'll have to see. Anyway, that's that then. It finished England 0, Australia 2, Sam Kerr and Charlotte Grant with the goals. But really, they were gifted. Both gifted by us really being quite poor. But anyway, not to worry. We will be better soon. Richie says, come on, Matildas. Come on, you Gunners. Yeah, well, hopefully our 2 Matildas will be back soon. Robert says, hey, guys, how are you? Sorry it was out all day. No problem, mate. You're here eventually. We're just finishing, actually. So you missed the game, but you didn't miss much, if I'm totally honest, because the game wasn't great from England perspective. And we lost. And that's all we need to say. And Leah Williamson made a bit of a horrendous mistake. But anyway, do it tonight and not next week when it matters more to us. So that's fine. Anyway, that's that then. We will see you very soon. Don't forget, Melvin tomorrow 8 o'clock. Do not miss that, because that will be fantastic. Thanks for watching tonight. Come on, you Lionesses. Be better in the World Cup. And come on, you Goers. Speak to you soon, guys. Take it easy. Ta-da. So Arsenal now free to Marnham again inside there, looking for a second goal. Oh, she's got a second goal. That's seals it. Freedom on him again.